Hello, folks. How are we doing tonight
Good
or today?
afternoon, good morning, good tomorrow.
Ooh, that's a yeah. Oh, are we time warping? Okay, cool.
We could
I
be.
want I've always wanted to be a time traveler and a space traveler, so that works for me.
Have you seen all the recent Doctor Who?
No, I haven't
I
actually.
haven't either.
No.
I can't talk about it because I haven't seen it either. I just know, like, the Christmas specials were out, and
Mm-hmm.
I love Tenet, and I haven't been able to watch them yet.
Yep. Yep. I'm in the same boat. I didn't keep up with what was going on, and so coincidentally, two different people last Friday, within like the same hour, texted me and were like, "Have you watched the latest Doctor Who episodes?" And told me all about them. I didn't realize that there were so many of them with Tennant. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm super excited. I hear the one with Neil Patrick Harris is like super good.
Yeah, it
So,
looked the bits that I did see because like TikTok spoils you on a lot of things. Like the bits that I saw were excellent.
yep, yep. That's awesome. Let's see. What's up, James? I see James in the chat saying hi.
Well, I
Uh,
didn't go to MacFest this year. Saving for Japan, so I will be going to Japan this year.
ooh, I'm so
Gotta save
jealous.
that money.
I have a coworker going next week, and he's going to be in there for like 2 or 3 weeks, I think. When are you
Mhm.
going?
We are planning right now in June.
Oh, nice.
So I've never been in June. We always go in cooler climes, like
Hmm.
September or January. And this time I am going with Omar, Melanie.
I think I remember him telling me something about that. Yeah. Wait. So, okay. How hot does it get in Japan in the summertime?
Humid. It gets humid
Oh,
hot.
ooh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, that's like
So
Kentucky, so you'll be fine.
it's very well, I would say more comparable to like Georgia, humid
Oh,
hot sometimes.
ooh, okay.
Yeah, like it's humid hot. I can deal with the heat. I mean, it gets kind of humid here, but I would say it's comparable. I've never been. I only know what Maddie has told me,
Yep.
and I'm half expecting it to be like, oh, this isn't too bad at all. I don't know, because the heat doesn't bother me.
Hmm.
The cold bothers me.
Okay. And somewhere in there, there's a joke about putting up with the humidity and putting up with Omar at the same time. Like you can do one or the other.
I you've
Both.
only heard it here, but I think Heather's a little worried. Omar can be really, really loud, and like the thing is, like you're not going to fit in. You stick out like a sore thumb, but you try to fit in as best you can,
Hmm.
and like really loud noises or really loud talking, like you're just like ooh, or haggling. I can't. Ooh, I have to walk away from Omar at cons because he'll try to haggle with the
Oh yeah.
vendors. I
Well, that's
can't
like
do
his
that.
favorite pastime. Yeah.
Oh, it's his absolute favorite thing. You don't do that. You don't do that here in America. You don't do that in Japan.
Well, that sounds like fun. Oh, that's awesome. Yes, James, you did hear correctly. They are going to Japan.
They're going back to Japan this year.
Back to Japan. Hope that wasn't a big secret. And yes, I can't imagine Omar sticking out like a sore thumb. Actually, I'm pretty sure. I hope Omar jumps in here later. We'll see. I'm pretty sure he's got some good stories about going at least. What? How many times has he been now? Has he been twice? I know he's been at least once, but I think maybe
At
twice. I don't know.
least twice.
Yeah.
Because I think that's where Melanie and he went on their honeymoon.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Okay.
Because I know, like, when I met him, when I met him, like, Melanie is really cute. She's like, oh, we went to Japan. Let me show you our pictures. And,
Hmm.
like, she had, like, photos and, like, video of, like, they were staying at a hotel near a school. And she, like, zooms in on these kids, like, just going about their morning routine. And I was like, this is kind of creepy.
Right, but Melanie's being totally innocent about it.
Like, he's totally being innocent about it, and I'm just like, "Well, that's cool that that girl's riding a unicycle." Wait, this is so
Right.
creepy. I guess it's no different than looking at your hotel room and being like, "Oh, there's a school over there."
Hmm. Yep. Yep. That's pretty good. Let's see who else we got. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, News Buoy channel. News Buoy.
Yes, haggling or dickering. I'm going to leave that one up to Omar. I am not going to put words in his mouth, but
Oh yeah, no.
I suspect maybe it's a little of both. Yeah. So what's new with Tina? How are we doing, Tina?
We're existing. It is snowing right now. I am in my PJs, so I've got
Yes.
my Deltarune sweater thing on. So
It was
missing
perfect weather for
Magfest.
it.
I really miss Magfest right now.
Yeah.
You don't miss driving to Megfest.
I don't miss driving to Magfest. My wife is correct. Like it is icy, it is cold.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yep.
it's DC weather. It's comparable to here, but it's a little bit colder, icier.
Yep. For those who don't know, we're in the central Kentucky area, and it is like, I guess as of maybe 2 hours ago or something like that, it started to kind of snow. It's been below freezing pretty much all week. And so nothing's really melting or anything, but it's like I think we're getting a little bit of that snow, a little bit more wet snow now, and we're in for, who knows, maybe a very small amount, like half an inch, maybe a couple of inches.
2-4.
Like 2 to 4, but like,
Oh wow, yeah,
and I know somebody out like west is going to be, oh, that's cute. It's been like -10 here with wind chill or
right.
something like that, but we're not used to that here.
Hey, well, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Is like we're right in that zone where we're not far enough south that it just never happens, but we're not far enough north that like, oh yeah, a few inches of snow, no big deal.
No big deal.
It's like we're right in the middle where we'll get it and we don't know how to handle it. So it
We'll
always
handle
makes it fun.
it better than Tennessee. Like Tennessee, like I remember when the big ice storm happened and Tennessee was like, "Hey, Kentucky, you got those snow plows? Because we need some."
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. James is right above us in Indiana. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'm actually surprised you're not getting any right now, but good luck. Good
Yeah,
luck.
it's been going south, which is really odd.
Mhm.
I guess the jet stream and everything is just keeping it just south, but then we get all that moisture up from the Gulf.
Yep. Yep. Oh well, I'm coping with it. I am. It's actually been pretty nice. So I live in a really old neighborhood, and up until a few years ago, this old neighborhood had a local convenience store like in the neighborhood, which is just kind of a thing, at least in the US. It's like a thing you don't necessarily hear about a whole lot unless you're in a really old neighborhood. And they have recently,
Bodegas.
well, kind of, yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. And so, and this place unfortunately had to close down a year or two ago, but my neighbor's actually like taken over and opened it back up. So now I have a place that I can walk to. It's literally right around the corner from my house, which is fantastic, and it's stocked with pretty much everything we need. So like, bring it on the snow. I can walk and get my supplies. I'm good for a few weeks.
See, that's nice. I love larger cities because you can just walk everywhere. Like
Hmm.
where I live, like I guess technically I could walk. It'd be like about a 15-20 minute walk, but it's
Hmm.
like right against like the bypass. So there's cars, there's no sidewalk. Like the US is just not built,
No, it's
at
not.
least in most towns and cities, is not built for people to walk a
Yep.
distance to the store and back to their house. There's nothing convenient. It's all miles and miles and miles away.
Yep. 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 Actually, I was just, I think I was listening to a podcast or something the other day, was talking about how, yeah, we basically like campuses, college campuses are the only place in the US that are like consistently set up for
Yeah.
you can walk to
Well,
everything. It's
yeah.
this own little tight community, and it's perfect. Beyond that, as soon as you get out of college, you're like, great, congratulations, you're never going to get that kind of community again in
No,
the
you're
US unless you're very lucky and find a small spot. I get jealous because I have a lot of coworkers in Europe, and a lot of them live in the kind of city. It's not everywhere, obviously, but a lot of them live in the kind of city where it's like, oh yeah, we can walk a few kilometers. Like my kid will walk a couple of kilometers to school, and it's totally safe because it's not roads; it's just walkways or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, we are sorely missing that here. I think it would be
I
pretty
used to
cool.
walk to school. Like I for whatever reason, my parents always like bought a house that was really, really close to school. It's not close to anywhere else, but it was close to school. Like I literally lived across the street from the school one time, And then I lived like a block over from my school, the other one.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Hayden, how are you doing? What's going on? What is this? Oh, wait, I missed one. Hold on. Back up. There we go. That makes more sense now. The world needs giant underground malls to live in. Yes, like in Logan's Run. Oh, man. I feel like for some reason, Logan's Run pops into my head like once a month. Not just like for random external references come my way. I don't know why. That feels like a really weird stat to have.
No, I think about it occasionally. Like when I turned 30, like that was one of the things on my mind. I was like, well, got that little gym going. Gotta go.
Yeah, it's very strange. And okay, here's a really weird tidbit. Logan's Run, I also get reminded. In fact, the reason I was most recently reminded of Logan's Run is because, all right, I'm going to take a little tangent for a second. Tina, you'll maybe be excited to know that Sarah and I have been watching the original Star Trek lately.
Hey.
She had never really watched it before. Like seen episodes here and there. What's that?
Klingons are so bad.
There's a lot of, yeah. It's been educational. It's definitely entertaining. It's also educational because it's the different time, but like there's a lot of problems with it. There's also a lot of cool stuff that was pretty progressive for the time. Now I can feel a little icky. But anyway, the random thing is we just hit the episode, which is actually the first introduction we get to Mark Leonard, who eventually plays Spock's father in the rest of the original series, in the Kirk Spock movies, and even in the Next Generation. But actually, before he landed the role of Spock's father, Sarek, he played, and I can't remember his name, but he played the Romulan captain in the first time that the Federation encounters the Romulans. And anyway, point is, do you know who I'm talking about? You know this actor? He's got like this kind of unique sound to his voice.
Yeah, I know that. Like, I don't recognize the name. I'm just really bad with names, but I know who Spock's father is in the original. So I'm like, okay, movies and stuff. So,
and he's got this. I don't know if somebody in the comments can like think of how to describe it. There's a certain tone to his voice. It almost sounds like it's not throaty. I mean, a really bad way to describe it is it almost sounds like he always has a frog in his throat, but it's not really that. It's not like that makes it sound kind of negative.
He's almost talking through something.
Yeah. And I feel like the actor, and I can't think of his name at the moment either, but the main actor in Logan's Run had that same thing. They're the only two people I can ever think of that sound like that. So when I see Mark Leonard acting, I think of Logan's Run. That was a really weird tangent, but there you go.
That is kind of a weird tangent, but it's interesting how like sometimes you have something in your head and you don't know why that connection is there, but you're like, well, it kind of reminds me of this.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Ooh, and then pops Rob.
Well, it reminds me of Rob.
I was going to say, you all were really geeking out with Star Trek. Is that right?
Star Trek, yes.
Star Trek, yeah.
And this is me at Star Trek. Nothing.
Exactly. Ooh, Vincent Price. Oh, yeah.
I know
okay.
Vincent Price is. Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand.
Do it all, Rob.
Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood.
I love it.
Hello,
yes,
how's it going?
I can see a little Vincent Price in there. Good. How are you doing, Rob?
Yeah. Good. I brought apologies for being seductive.
Apologies for being
Don't ever apologize for that.
Hour is close at hand.
There's certain voices that you just remember, like Tim Curry. Like there's very unique. Alan Rickman. They all have very unique personification of their voices.
Yeah, when I think of Tim Curry, I think of I'm just a sweet transvestite. Transsexual. I haven't been drinking, but I already got the tunes going, right? This is what I'm drinking today, Knob Creek.
Ooh, Old Forester right here.
Coke.
Very nice.
I was going to say, Tina, why don't you drink so you can become racist?
Mix them all together. Wait, don't do that.
No, don't do that. Oh, sorry. Interactive. Here, ASMR. Here we go.
Ooh. Hold on. Let's zoom in on that.
I love how bourbon sounds the first time you open it. But I don't necessarily love the effects afterwards. It's fine.
That's all right.
Cheers. Kampai. Gambay. Salud.
Salud. Very good.
Yeah, top it.
Hold on. There's a question here. I've been meaning to ask, Andrew, did you ever get those fancy TV lights? Ooh, I don't know exactly which fancy TV lights I originally talked about, but yes, actually, one is not too far off camera here. So I got this one.
Oh goodness, that is a fancy light.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's one of the smaller aperture lights that I've been kind of geeking out on over the last couple of years. And then actually even smaller than that is these little suckers that, hold on, let me turn it down a little bit so it's not so glaring. But
I'm a big fan of the lights.
Yeah. I've been kind of geeking out on these things a little bit, give myself an excuse to get some every now and then. They come in handy.
Crazy.
So yes, I think maybe that's what I was talking about before, Hayden. I'm not sure, but that's those are the ones I've been looking at for a while. So yeah. Anyway,
Knob Creek. That's a dirty word in the UK. Okay, knob makes sense. I'm not sure about creek, but I kind of get it. And this is on my Fancy Pants George T. Stagg glass. See, let's focus. There it is. Yeah, George T. Stagg.
Ooh, I'm jealous. All right.
My Godzilla glass broke. That's a fancy glass too. That's like the same thing.
Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah. So I had a Godzilla glass, and I drank it. You need to get fancy. When's your birthday? Actually, I know when your birthday is, Tina. I'll get you a Fancy Pants glass. I'll put Godzilla on it because
I got
I'm gonna make a bunch more. I might as well just give them all away.
Omar a Berserk one, like Guts one.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's nice. A Berserk glass.
I think we actually got it at MagFest, didn't we?
We got it at MagFest.
We got it at MagFest. I am missing MagFest hard.
Isn't MagFest like right this second?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Maddie was sending me some photos. She's like, "Hey, do you need anything like Delta Rune related from Fangamer?" And I was like, "No, I'm good on Fangamer stuff." Although I should get the Good Smile Nendoroid, but that's okay.
Speaking of Fangamer, 8-bit Gamer released today physical editions and vinyl for Sea of Stars.
Really?
I'm not familiar with
Yes. And in case you don't know what Sea of Stars is the
Educate
crew
me.
that made the Messenger, which was a retro 8-bit/16-bit Ninja Gaiden homage.
I think I've heard you talk about that maybe just once or twice.
I love that freaking game, and I love the people.
Very sarcastic. Yeah.
The guy's name is Terry. He's a super cool guy. Like, he's one of those guys where he played these games as a kid. Now he's the creative director for the series, and he's like making big things. Like, is a wonderful person. So, not the sequel. It's not a sequel because it's an RPG rather than a ninja game. But Sea of Stars takes place in the same universe as The Messenger, and it's a Chrono Trigger-esque homage role-playing game, traditional role-playing game, and it's absolutely stunning. So physical copies have been hard to get by because you're trying to go like Play Asia or video game reprints or whatever. It's hard to get. But 8-bit Gamer, they're just today released pre-orders for the physical game on all platforms and for the soundtrack. So as an indie gamer,
it just came out last year, didn't it?
Yeah. It came out August 25th or something. It came out really close to our game. It comes really close to our game. But as an indie gaming kind of guy, Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
I would never know.
As an indie gaming kind of guy, like, please give these folks all your money because that game is wonderful. I think it did get Indie Game of the Year at the Video Game Awards. So, like, it's totally worth it. Good group of people. Go buy your stuff on 8-bit Gamer.
How many different copies of it are you getting?
It's like you know me. I did, in fact, double dip on that one. That's true. I see a question here. How does Rob feel knowing that the Rocket Knight Adventures Sparkster trilogy is getting a physical re-release? Let me tell you something. Sparkster, I'm very lukewarm on. I didn't like that as much. But Rocket Knight Adventures, it's in there. It's right behind me. That game is fantastic. That was prime, top tier Konami before it turned into like those guys left and went for treasure. It's a fantastic game. I saw that it's physical release. I haven't picked it up. I know me. I probably will. I haven't.
Is that going to be a limited run?
It's not. It's either strictly. It's one of those type companies. Limited runs, strictly limited gamers. Like, it's one of those. But like, it's enough where like if you want it, you have a small window to go get it. Another one.
It's limited run. Rocket Knight Adventure.
Okay.
Look
So yeah, if you want that, go get it. Because once it disappears from limited run games, they go like this in price. Shoot! Another one that I am looking forward to getting is the not Rocket Knight Adventure, excuse me, Cosmic Fantasy 1 and 2. Because I have the original. Thank you for confirming limited run games. The other one I have the original Cosmic Fantasy 2 back over there, and a Japanese version of Cosmic Fantasy 3 that I didn't know how to play because I didn't know Japanese, right? But I was able to figure out it's a standard RPG, so I was able to figure it out, right? So Cosmic Fantasy 1 and 2, Cosmic Fantasy 1 has never been released in English, and those are coming out, and I believe that's limited run games as well. So yeah, they're doing a great job of really pulling at my strings here. Taking my
yeah, I wish I had gotten limited runs one shot because I enjoyed the game and I really want physical copies of things. Like I was watching Young Yao today talk about how gaming is wanting to move, or at least CEOs are wanting to basically push people into subscription services, digital, because that's what, they don't have to put that output, spend that money to do the physical release. They can get money in a fairly fast fashion by doing stuff like that. You've got the gamer by the hook. On the flip side, somebody like me, I see what they've done before with games that are digital only, where they've removed them from systems. They're, like we lost the DS, game store and stuff like that. They announced PSP is gone, their game store. So we've lost thousands of digital only games, unless you get a ROM.
Yeah. So Tina, you brought up a couple of very, very good things I want to talk about just very briefly that I probably have mentioned before. I am a big fan. Here we go. Welcome to my TED Talk. I'm a big fan of physical media. Like you listed games that have disappeared forever. Like if you want to get the Simpsons arcade for the Xbox, or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the arcade game for the Xbox, sorry about your luck. Or Alan Wake. So Alan Wake 2 won a bunch of Game of the Year awards. If you want to play the original Alan Wake 1 back when it came out in the day, no. Now it did eventually come back out in digital form for a while, but there was a big huge period of time that you couldn't get this. I'm a big fan of Daytona. I love Daytona. I'm a big fan of Daytona. There's you can't buy Daytona anymore, right? So unless you buy Ishin Like a Dragon, if you buy that, then it's in there. But anyway, the point is these things disappear, and I literally live in a house where we have big video game get-togethers, or I have young kids. I'm like, Daddy, I want to play I want to play Tekken Tag Tournament. I can go upstairs, which is here, go back there, go get Tekken Tag Tournament, and have people play this, because I have a physical copy that I own and will always own, and it will work indefinitely. So I have a real problem with digital-only releases of games because licenses expire. Another example is Crazy Taxi. So I have Crazy Taxi, a physical disc of Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast. It has the I don't know the names. I don't know your white people music, but it has very famous white people song. That
Oh yes,
that's a great song.
Yeah,
and you all know exactly what I'm talking about. You're making fun of me, but you're like,
oh, I know exactly what you're talking about.
If you get that on the Xbox 360, it's not that song. It's some random song because the license for the song expired. Else in. So I'm playing Crazy Taxi and it's moody music. What is this? I'm not driving to the KFC in this bull. No, thank you. So anytime I can get a physical release of a game, especially when I have a kid who's like, hey, Daddy, I want to play some old daggone game that you've talked about. That's it's only possible with physical discs, physical cards, physical media. So.
Yeah. And this is totally a thing now. I mean, this has been coming up a lot lately with all the TV and movie streaming services too, right? This is, for years, I am a person who embraces convenience. So when I was able to start getting everything digitally, instead of having to hunt down the physical media and store that stuff somewhere, I was all for it. And I'm kind of starting to turn the other way now. I haven't rapidly done anything about it yet, but I am starting to slowly think I don't like where this is going because all this stuff's disappearing off of streaming services, and then I just have to wait. And it's so, I mean, granted, that's what it was 30 years ago when, unless you had a VHS copy of something, but we're used to having everything all the time now. And then something disappears and you're like, what do you mean I can't go watch such and such show anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, with physical media, you have it unless you step on it, it breaks down. I need to get a new PSP battery pack because unfortunately mine got moisture and it. So I am mad. I pulled it out, and I was like, God. Anyways, but
Talk to your retro black friend. He can help you out.
Happens to it, like you have that media. I mean, there is a lifespan for some of this stuff, but you have that media. You can access it. You can repair it. You can usually fix it in some way at this time.
Mhm.
With digital, like if they decide tomorrow that they're going to take, for example, my one shot, I only have it digitally. It's gone.
Mhm.
I can't play it again.
Yep.
Yeah, you talk about convenience, Andrew. That's definitely a thing. Sometimes my kids are like, I want to watch Star Wars. Like, I have Blu-rays and I have the DVDs that have the non-George Lucas, hey, let me make this better versions. I have those, right? And I
Mhm.
have the despecialized editions of Star Wars, right?
Yes.
But it takes a minute for me to find the computer, find a USB stick, find something that can play it back, blah, 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 blah. It takes a minute to find that. It is far easier for me to just go to Disney Plus, Star Wars. Kids, sit down and go be quiet so daddy can go take a nap. Like, there is something to the convenience of streaming services. But as we've seen and some people in the chat, let me know if you've watched this movie. Oppenheimer's available I think it's available for streaming services, but the physical release has all of this extra stuff, and the actual quality and the bit rate of the film is so much higher on a Blu-ray disc. They actually took advantage of the BD100 disc to fill it full of like as much content and the highest quality version of the video and the sound. And like it was hard to find during Christmas, but like Oppenheimer was not easy to find on a physical disc. But like Christopher Nolan was like, yeah, man, we don't want these evil, I think he called them evil streaming services. We don't want them ruling everything. We want physical media. And it's true. And then I wish Omar was here because he would be like, wow, Best Buy is shutting down like all physical like DVD and music sales. They're not going to do anything. Like if I can't buy anything physical at Best Buy, I'm not going to Best Buy. Like why would I do that? So yeah, I'm a big proponent of especially like Disney movies because Disney used to have this concept of the Disney Vault where they release a movie for a while and then pull it. Right? Like if you buy it, you have it, you can see it at any time. And it is, I'm going to say over Christmas when we had Christmas vacation or whatever, the kids were like, we want to see X, Y, and Z. I had to go walk into the DVD library, try and find the thing, go get it and put it in. It was much easier to just go Disney Plus. But the thing is, though, if we didn't have internet or if it was pulled from the service, which happens, Song of the South, I'm looking at you, like I have it. There's never going to be an issue. So, yeah, again, physical media, physical video games, physical CDs. I was at a friend's house. I want to quit talking. I was at a friend's house. And we were jamming to Prince. We were listening to Purple Rain. And you think everyone on the universe would have Purple Rain. Like everyone has Thriller, everyone has Purple Rain. All of a sudden, not the electricity, but the internet went out at this person's house. And Prince stopped playing. I was like, oh, that's not a big deal. You have the record, right? And this person is my age. Andrew, you know who this person is. And they were like, no, I don't have a record. Like, you don't have Purple Rain or a record player? I was offended and left.
How dare you, sir?
How dare you not have Purple Rain? So yeah, buy everything, buy vinyl, buy Blu-rays, buy video games. Excuse me, 4K UHD. That's what you need to buy.
And I think streaming services, and you're right, streaming services and streaming media has a place. Like I think for an indie developer, getting your stuff out, starting to make that initial like media available as like a digital is very smart because you're not out too much on like one side of your product. And then once you hit a certain level, you can say, hey, I would really like to make this physical, whether it's through like a limited run games or something like that. Like I get that it's easier for an indie developer to probably do that digital side versus a physical media. But on the flip side, like I still want to make sure that we have access to games and they don't just vanish.
And I can talk a little bit more about the indie developer. Wait, where is this? Here it is. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, buy our game. Available at Target, Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon. So you're right. We absolutely could have released this game solely digitally and like not necessarily all profits would go directly to us because there's a cut that goes to like the publishers and the platform holders. But in order to make a physical copy, yes, we have to pay a company to produce the disc, and the company, we have to pay for the privilege to be on their platform. So there is money involved in putting a disc in a case and distribute it and putting it in a store. There is absolutely cost in that versus just selling it for $39.99 on a digital storefront like there is. But the thing is, what you do when you do have that physical release is you have your mom who lives in Hazard County and is like, I need to buy a violent game for little Timmy who's 11 years old, and they see Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's like, I remember this game this movie from 1974. I'm going to buy this and give it to little Timmy. There's that exposure that happens that wouldn't otherwise happen. So while the cost investment is worth it for physical media, but it is, like you said, a cost investment. And if you're a really small indie company, like it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, it can be a little bit of a hurdle for somebody that is like really tiny, really small. It can be done. Where there's a will, there's a way. Like I've been friends with nerd rappers that have gone out and gotten nice, like produced, CDs and stuff. I mean, there's a will, there's a way, but there's still a hurdle. There's still like, hey, I need to, have so many copies sold digitally, or I need to have investment or something like that to make that hurdle.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Totally. Rob, what was it a second ago that you said we were talking about streaming media and physical media, and you were like, God, I wish Omar was here? Because I'm here to make that wish come true.
Oh, it's Omar! So the reason I said I wish Omar was here, because Omar is like me, where he likes to collect physical things. If you look behind Omar, there is physical things behind him. And Omar, also like me, likes to buy physical games, physical movies, physical music, things like that. I bought Jay-Z, the Blueprint, and the Black Album the other day, physical CD. Because I've been listening to it digitally.
Have you heard of digital media, Rob?
Stop your ass.
CD.
So what I was saying, Omar, is that Best Buy has said that, we're going to phase out all physical media sales in 2024. And that just blows my mind, because that literally means I will only go to Best Buy every 10 years to buy a TV, and that's it. I have no reason to go to Best Buy otherwise. And I love the people at Best Buy. They're great people. Take care of me, love me, they're friendly.
I'm with you. I don't understand why they're doing away with are they losing money and that much money in space where they keep the physical media? I mean, Walmart's getting rid of it too, and the deal with GameStop. I mean, it's only time before they go away. It sucks. I don't like it one bit, and and they're getting harder to find. I was talking to a really good friend of mine about this the other day, about how much has been lost. Like, there's so much media that has been lost because it was never transferred from VHS to DVD. Therefore, nobody has like Blu-ray. Like, there's no upscaling.
There's nothing.
It's not on streaming, and you know how I feel about that nonsense too. Like,
I mean, we were just talking about that. Like, game libraries just wiped, with the DS and stuff.
Oh yeah, you don't own anything if you buy digitally. You may think you do.
You do not.
This
This
has been going on forever.
It's a long-term rent.
On the Wii Shop, there were 3 Konami games that were Castlevania Remastered, Contra Remastered, and Gradius Remastered. And they were only on the Wii Shop, and that's it. And when the Wii Shop disappeared, those games were... And the thing is, those 3 games were freaking fantastic remasters of the original Contra and Gradius and Castlevania. And the music was baller. But hey, if you want to play that now, you have to resort to piracy. And I am not, obviously, as a video game guy, I am not someone who endorses piracy. But, again, this is what we need to do.
Did your eye twitch there?
It goes back to what Tina says, right? Where there's a will, there's a way.
There's a will.
I don't think she meant bootlegging. Where the hell's everybody at?
Wait. One more thing. So you said a very valid point. You were talking about how all these VHSs have not been turned into DVDs and Blu-rays or whatever.
Absolutely. There's a lot of horror movies from the 80s that have people have never heard of because they're not streaming.
Oh, yeah.
There's a rare limited edition, maybe in Europe somewhere, that might be out. But I mean, that's it. There's so many VHS
shelf in Nottingham. This is my copy, but you can't bloody hell. Okay, so
what? Was that a Kentucky accent?
It's Kentucky Nottingham. So the video game historian.
Apologize to Hayden right now for that. Whatever accent.
Did he just say poppycock?
We love it. So there's a statistic that 80. This blew my mind. 87% of all retro games from like the 90s on are unplayable today. 87%.
Okay, I got a better statistic for you.
What?
85% of those games are horrible and should never be played by anybody.
Shut your face.
Nobody wants to
Honestly,
play
that would be Atari game.
Super Frogger.
Dude, if I can't play
Escape to New
Food
York.
Fight on my computer, I have
Play
been
Super
wrong. If I can't play
Frogger.
Food Fight on my PS5, this is baloney. Out of here.
I believe it, but what are you gonna? People are gonna lose money for physical media. I mean, look what happened to Working Designs, right? Working Designs was a company that Rob and I adored, and
Victor Ireland.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Victor Ireland, and what happened was they just kind of stretched themselves too thin by buying up all these licenses, and then they realized, oh my gosh, like producing these games, making these games as beautiful as they were, limited edition box sets, we're not making money. We're actually losing money. They lost money with Magic Knight Ray Earth, which is the final game released on the Sega Saturn, which Tina and I still have. I've got Hikaru.
I do too. He's back there.
Which disc do you have?
You want me to go get it?
I've got Hikaru. Tina's got Umi, I think.
I think
No,
the three of us have all three gals. I think
You've got Fu. Oh,
I think.
I think Fu might be the one that's worth the most. Anyway, it's
I'm
I'm
gonna look.
picture of
Hang
it.
on,
It
look.
might be Hikaru, but
it's really sad. I hate when things like this go away because I am a big physical media guy, and I don't think we should do away with physical media. I think there's always going to be a want and need for it. And yeah, to see that Walmart and Best Buy just stop selling that stuff, breaks my heart.
I'm really surprised by Walmart. Wow, that's bonkers. Oh,
open it up. Who's on your disc?
Man, focus.
do you still have the stickers?
There we go.
Oh,
Oh
yours
yeah,
is in a lot
I have everything.
better condition.
Rob's never played that game.
Shut up. I have a receipt and
I
everything.
told you he's never played it. He's got Umi.
Umi.
That's the cheap one. That's the one that's worth probably about $30.
Really? I love Umi's my favorite.
Why don't you trade?
So between the three of us, we have the whole collection.
I've got Hikaru. She's the best character. Why don't you trade Tina Fu for Umi?
Look, James is like, it's open.
He bought it
Here.
open. He
Now,
bought
now
it
I'm
open.
gonna have to go check. Talk amongst yourselves. I gotta see who I've actually got.
Look,
I've got
No,
Hikaru. I
we can
thought Tina
change.
had.
Mine is in perfect condition. Like
Yeah,
I don't
because it's
even
never
like
been
to touch it. Like,
played. You
put on my
can
white
actually
gloves.
sell that as never been played. So you don't know if it works.
Listen. Disc rot is a thing, but not for these CD games. It's fine.
Yeah, I've noticed a drop in sales, and then of course it also shows the state of the economy, right? When a lot of the video games that I keep an eye out on have dropped in price, and I think a lot of that has to do sometimes with like digital media. Like, yeah, I know you've noticed this too. All right, Tina, moment of
there it
truth.
is.
Who you got?
It's got like a stain and everything. I
Of course, because you've actually played it. Oh, she does have it. Holy crap! Between the three of us, we've got a complete set. All right, here's the deal, Andrew. You're a witness. When these two die, I will inherit these and make the ultimate Magic Knight Ray Earth Sega Saturn. I say that as I'm holding scissors. I swear, I'm just opening toys.
No, literally, this is amazing that 3 individual people, of which
From the
I
state
did
of
not know,
Kentucky,
I mean,
we have
3 different
The thing is-
races and genders.
who else do you know? Who else do you know even has Magic Knight Ray Earth, right? Who even knows what this is?
Shane has Magic
Shane
Knight
does
Ray
have
Earth.
Ooh, I want to message Shane and ask him what version of Shane, what this game he
I
has.
bet he's
right?
like, I got all 3. I have the
He
super
probably
three,
does.
yeah.
limited
He probably does
edition.
have all
It's
3.
Shane. He works for Sony now.
I talked to Shane
I'm trying
regularly.
to think who else had it. Maybe Keith had it for a while and then he sold it.
Keith would have it.
He better have kept the copy of Snatcher that I gave him.
He has that. He does.
And the deal was, I'm like, if you ever want to sell it, you come to me first and you pay.
He comes to me.
No.
pay
The
the
deal
$300
is
for
he comes
Snatcher.
to me for it's my damn copy. I made the deal. I'm like, the deal
Yeah,
is
but
I
I'm a
paid
better friend.
I
I'm a
paid
better friend than you.
what you paid for it, which was $0. And he came with a checkbook. And I'm like, I'm not gonna charge you.
I
But
went
the
to
deal is-
Japan and bought him Snatcher on. Let's see, I don't remember what.
Yeah,
it was a
Rob,
Japanese
every time I go to Japan, I have a list for you, and I have to
Robbie
go
did.
back and Melanie rolls
You
her
did,
eyes
that's true. You know
going
what?
back.
You did too. You did bring stuff back for him, but yeah, I did too. I brought him like
not
Snatcher
you
on
back stuff that I had to sneak into my luggage because they were like, it was too heavy. Anyway,
the things that we do for our Japanese. Oh, and we are going back to Japan. So go ahead and give me your orders. We're going back to Japan.
well, we're going back to
When
Japan.
are you going?
I'm going
They're
in
going
May
too.
last year.
When are you
Wow.
going?
Like May and June. Forget America. I'm out.
Like the hottest months of the year.
Yes.
We're going-
Unfortunately, that's how flights and money go. So it's fine. I have little kids, and I have to adhere to school and schedule and stuff. So-
Keep an eye on the market. Keep an eye on gas prices. Keep an eye on that USD to yen, because right now it's killing it. Like right now it's going back up, Tina. So we're good.
Oh, is it?
Okay.
Yeah,
so
we're good. We're good.
It was awesome when I had
Like,
you go to
horrible
we
for
were in
the
Japan. I was like,
economy
hey,
of
I'm in
Japan.
this $200 Metal Gear game, and it was like 50 cents.
I remember when I texted you, you were like, buy it now. And I'm like, Rob, I messaged you 8 hours ago. I have to wake up now. And go.
Usually I'm awake. That time I was
Yeah,
not awake.
we're going to go in June and July. We decided we're going to go
Oh
with
yeah,
Tina.
we're
and
just
Heather.
gonna miss you. Just gonna miss you.
Well, leave me a marking somewhere.
We should do that. I should put like a note somewhere.
We're
And,
gonna
like,
go
put some
someplace,
power.
and they're like, "Do you know this guy? Do you know his name's Rob? You're banned. You're banned from the store."
Yeah, they were like,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You can't come in here.
your friend
There's a
Rob
black man
owes
in our store. He cannot come by.
owes
You
me a
cannot.
lot of money. He ripped me off. He told me this rare Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, which was not rare.
It is in Japan. It's rare.
No,
I
he's
saw
gonna
a
be like, "Hey,
billboard, man. I saw a billboard with
hey, Omar. Hey, Tina.
You
I
put no
didn't
order
get
game?
this while I was there. I missed this. Can you guys pick this up for me?"
Mhm.
Oh, that's exactly what's gonna happen.
Yep, that's what's
Hey
gonna
guys,
happen.
I'll get you back when you get. I'll get you next time I go to Japan.
Next
I
time
got
I go
I
to
thought
Japan.
about it, but I just didn't have the time to get it. So now that you're there, please pick it
Could
up.
you
for me.
please go 5 hours out of your way to get me this limited edition Nintendo pin from the Nintendo store? Only. And here's the thing, man. It's a good thing. Like my kids aren't going this time because every place has a Pokemon Center. Every location. Every
your
location
brother's
has a
going.
specific
Ikebukuro, baby.
Pokemon toy
Yeah.
that you search
Yep.
for. I was telling Tina and Heather about how interesting it was to go to a place like Hiroshima, where
We've been there.
it's
Yep.
so solemn. Like right across from our hotel was where the bomb dropped, right? Like we see that.
Yeah, wow.
But it was so interesting to go there, to go to the museum and to see all these things. People are crying. My daughter's crying. We
Yep,
come out
absolutely. We
like
were
on
too.
the side, on the side of the road that our hotel's on. It's like pachinko machines, like video game stores. And it's so weird because I'm like, have you guys been to the I'm trying to think of something like it, like the Holocaust Museum, maybe, except on a bigger scale, because we are
Yes.
talking about the big
Yes,
city.
I've been to that too. Yes.
Buy the
Yep.
exclusive plushes for Pokemon Center. Don't do that, because then your kids will make you go to every city and drop by the Pokemon Center, and that takes
We
a
went
lot.
to many a Pokemon Center with the last time we were there. Yep, absolutely. And there,
Yeah.
I don't remember. So Omar, I don't remember. We went to Hiroshima as well, and I don't remember, or like the museum. I don't remember like seeing like, oh, there's a kitty. I don't remember seeing like Pokemon centers and
Oh,
like
no.
swap meet
I'm
stores
not
and-
exaggerating.
across
It's
the
so
museum.
weird because I don't know how to act. Like it's so solemn.
Yeah.
When you walk out, it's a beautiful
It was
park. it's a
very
beautiful-
humbling. It was a very humbling experience.
and then you walk across the street. It's like, oh, it's action figures. Maybe I am supposed to have fun too. I don't know. Like it's weird because but that's life, right?
Yeah, the plan is to actually we're going to go to bed again. The girls have not gone. The wife and I have already been before. We actually had we have friends and family that lived in that area, so like they took us on an exclusive tour.
You got
which is
family
kinda
that moved
but
to
also
Japan?
again very humbling. We were like, this is some real stuff, right? But we're gonna go back again to that same area with the kids, and we're gonna go to Okinawa, Kyoto. Last time I was in Kyoto, that was one of the greatest days of my entire life. But we can talk about that another time, another place. Like we want to give them a better tour since they're a little bit older and things will stick. So we're going to do more things, which was why we're going to be there a little bit longer.
So you're
But-
going to take the kids again?
Oh yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. It's really honestly like it's really not that hard. Like the past 4 times we've been, there's been a kid with us, and it really hasn't been that big a deal. So
Are you going for work and sneaking a trip in, or are you going like full vacation? You're not working.
well, we're going to full vacation, but there's some work things I need to do, so I might have to go back. I don't know.
What? Okay, so this
Oh, I
time
have to go back.
you may have to go back. That's cool.
There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. I have to go back. So
Yeah. I don't blame you. That's awesome, man.
Which
I
one?
feel jealous. I feel like
you don't have to be jealous, Andrew. You can buy
know
a ticket and go yourself.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Look at this. See this person
One of
right
these
here?
days.
Wait. She's going. See this dude right
Yep.
here? He's
Yep.
been.
Yep.
It can be you too. It's
could
gonna
be.
be me.
It could be.
That was-
One of these days. One of these days I'll make
One
it.
of these days, it's like $1,000. And dude, between the three of us, we can like get you everything you need to do.
Are you going to crowdfund me? Is that what you're saying?
No.
If
It's
you have a crappy iPhone. I'm sorry, my iPhone is joke
if
garbage.
myself and my wife can save up, you can save up. You can
go.
do
You
this.
know,
Right.
it's not-
If the guy that makes YouTube money can save YouTube money for a living, can save up some cash.
Go.
It's
Go.
there are cheap
it's
methods
completely
to
worth it.
it.
Oh
It's
God,
worth
don't listen to Tina's cheap methods. They're gonna get you killed.
No,
They're
the cheap
gonna
methods
get
are real.
First of all,
Like-
you're too old to sleep on the floor. You're too old to
They-
your back,
yeah.
your back
Get
is
a
gonna be like, don't do
Sleep
this.
on the
Andrew.
beach.
My back thanks me when I sleep on the floor. I don't know about you guys.
You can get Airbnb, Andrew. You can get Airbnbs. Food can be cheap because remember, cheap food in Japan is far healthier than cheap food in America. So, like you can pay 700 yen for a meal that's nutritious vegetables and things like that, and you're good. Like that's it. You're good. So
I'm gonna dispel some of that because a lot of like cheap Japanese food is just like cheap. It's fried, but just looks more appetizing.
and I'm thinking about the curry and the it's fine, but it's fine.
No,
It's far
those
better than
little-
crap we can hear.
Those little gas station sandwiches were the bomb, though. Those things were
Hmm.
so good and so cheap.
The front loaders, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Front loaders. What's up, Aria? How are you, buddy?
What the heck is a front loader?
So basically it's a way to make things look more appetizing and a comic tacket for kobinis. So like strawberries sandwiches, they have like all the like cream filling and stuff, and they'll put the strawberries and stuff. So it looks like this nice thick sandwich. And then the like last end of the square is like nothing but like bread.
Right. I got you. Yep.
Ryan,
Classic.
what's up, buddy? Man, everybody's here. All these guys. Dude,
Listen. Put the focus on me, Andrew, just for a second.
Oh,
I want you to listen to the ASMR of bourbon poured into a glass. Here we go.
oh, we're doing it again.
that sounds like, let me see if I still got it.
Can't actually see it on screen, so we're not sure what it is, Rob.
Oh, sorry. Yes, this is what this was.
Dude,
Yeah, my
I was gonna
mic
get-
and
I
my
was gonna
camera in
guess
different
Knob
spots.
Creek. I was going to guess Knob Creek. That was going to be my guess.
Knob Creek. That's exactly right.
Yep.
Actually, Omar, if anyone would know what a pour sounds like, it would be you.
Yes. Because I love.
No, you wouldn't.
Dude, I still mix my bourbon. You know why? Because I worked at a distillery. No dice.
killing us
I got to mix it with cranberry juice, baby.
Omar, we've caught up with everybody else here. How have you been doing? What's up, man?
Busy, but okay.
Yep.
Not bad.
How's that other channel going? That one we don't speak of here.
I've never heard of it.
You guys don't promote my channel, you bastards.
No. We just steal your viewers.
It's
And
going
we're
good. I met with Valiant Comics today. That was a really eye-opening experience. Just because I didn't realize how short-staffed they were, and they kind of kept me up to date as to what their plans are, and hopefully we'll start working together. A really good group of people. I really like them. They just recently got bought out by. This is so crazy. So Valiant had some issues for the last couple of years, and everybody was like, "Oh, they're going to go under." But what happened was this Argentinian publishing company bought them because they were already publishing Valiant books in Argentina, along with manga and other things. So now they've acquired Valiant and can now Valiant/Alien Books can now publish manga and other things from Europe. It's really cool.
That sounds cool. Wow. I am out of the loop, but I did not even realize that was still a thing.
Valiant?
Well, yeah.
It's okay. So it's new Valiant. Don't get crazy. But they do have the rights to a lot of like, classic Valiant stuff, like Exo Manowar. They have the rights to some characters, because that's one of the biggest things that I mentioned was like a lot of people are scared to read Valiant because it's impossible for them to catch up because everything is out of print. More will one day own 2. I own 2 Valiant books now. I need 3.
Hey,
And
Only
that was my problem. I'm like, I can't get into Valiant because everything is out of print. And we talked about that. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. Some of the things they have. Collection
Hey,
has
you
the
got it
viewers, but the collective has the heart and soul.
so
Wait,
baby.
that's because I just got here.
Oh, damn.
We're doing pretty good until you got here. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. Andrew was like, dude, we're drowning. We're dying.
Well, first it was
Boy,
me
that's
and Andrew, and we're the straight
We're-
stricts of
We
the,
are Maddie and Dan. You guys get together once a month. I'm gonna say it again. Once.
Magfest.
Yeah, Maddie's a
Being a
Mac.
lawyer.
That's not it. That's not an excuse. I've heard these
He has a
excuses
job.
before. He
He has
has
a job too, but it's video games is fun.
I'm editing as soon. I should be editing now, but instead Andrew was like, "Hey man, you should come and hang out with us."
Oh my
Hey,
God,
I want
Luke,
to.
you're
Hey,
a
I want
friend.
to show you guys something. I want to show you something video game related that's not a video game. Can I do
Okay.
that? Okay.
Do it.
Yes.
So let's
Please.
pretend it's Christmas and you have a video game friend and they're like, oh, they have every video game. Can I get them something video game related, but not exactly? So this is where I'm going to merge near mint collection in near mint condition. See, this is what I'm going to do, right?
This is X-Men versus Street Fighter.
I'm going to show you all 4 books that you can buy at Gaming
Books?
Free. Ready? Here we go. Books. I don't even know how to read. I just know how to do like websites.
I
Here we
swear
go.
to God, Rob, if I reviewed these on my channel already, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I haven't seen that video
You
yet."
have not reviewed these books because these are advanced video game books. You have not.
What if I already got advanced copies of these things? All right, go ahead, show me what you got.
No, I mean advanced is like reader level. Like you can't handle this reader
Get the
level. Here we go.
Can I
Here's
curse
first
here? I can't remember.
Second
First one
grade.
is Chocobo and the airship.
Oh, that's
Fun-
cute.
Oh, I saw that, and that's really cute.
Who released
So
that?
this is
Who published
for-
that?
So I have like, little kids, right? I have a 6-year-old and like, I'm trying to get her into, there's the mic. I'm trying to get her into Final Fantasy and those type of games because I'm playing Final Fantasy 16 and it's hard to play that game because they say the F word every 10 seconds. But I want them to understand Final Fantasy lore. So we were playing like the Pixel Collection on the Switch and things like that. But this book is like a kid's book. Is beautifully illustrated and it's like a cool story. It's actually kind of touching. I'm not going to spoil it. But this is a really fun book. Look at Fighter Maze. Like, see everybody? Like, this is a really
it's cute.
cool.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a really cool book. Really cool
Just
book.
play Chocopo's dungeon with her.
Well, I think
That's a really good idea. Really good idea.
here's the thing you're gonna learn, and it's gonna just get ready to get your heart broken. Because no matter how much you want your kids to be into the same things, and they will be into some of the things that you like. Some of the things, and you got 3 kids. Odds are at least one of those kids, or at least one thing that you love, will be inherited by those kids. Whether it's anime or whether it's Chocobo or Final Fantasy, one of the kids will love that. One of the kids will love Mario and name their kids Mario. But also be prepared to like talk about things that you have no idea, like Minecraft. I'm like, who's Steve? What's even or that garbage that my friend Tina introduces my daughter to? And I'm like, why?
I don't have to have kids. I can just introduce Omar's kids to things and be like, look, isn't this cool?
That's
it's
freaking
a ball
nightmare.
pointed doll and it's cheap.
That is
Don't
creepy.
you like this? And they're like,
Okay.
yes. And I'm like,
If you show that to my kids, they'll be 100% all over it. They would.
Don't do that to your children.
Yeah. So
Keep
yeah,
them
you're right. Like
away from the children.
my house is full of video games, and like, hey, your kids love video games, right? They like Minecraft, and that's it, right?
I think every kid likes Minecraft,
Yeah, they
which
do.
is good,
I mean-
right? Every kid, I think it expands the mind and stuff. I think it's great.
It's a Minecraft. Second
I
thing,
just
here we go.
wish
Second
they
thing.
like Final Fantasy or Chrono Trigger, and it's not like for lack of trying. Lydia has tried to play.
Yeah,
Chrono
we
Trigger.
talked about actually Naomi, my oldest. She is all into Sea of Stars, which is very much an homage of Chrono
Yeah,
Trigger.
that game looks awesome. It's the
They're
same
out-
guys that did
The
else?
Messenger. The
yeah.
Messenger, yep. And I was telling earlier on the stream, I am 8-bit.
This stream?
Yeah, this stream.
Mhm.
I'm 8-bit. Just announced today they're doing pre-orders for physical copies of the game. So if you couldn't
Yep.
get it from like the Asia or video game reprints, you can get it from like. Okay, the second thing I want to show is Doom Guy. Life in the first person.
That doesn't
John
look like
Romero.
it has pictures.
There's a picture in here.
That doesn't. I know books without pictures, and
Hold
that
on.
doesn't look like there are
Hold on.
pictures in that book.
Hold on. Oh gosh, there aren't any pictures. So I've been reading through this, and this is John Romero, which so you talk about John Carmack, John Romero, like these guys who did It, Quake, Wolfenstein, Doom. Like this book is super detailed, very nerdy, but it's a really, really fun read because this guy, John Romero, after he left like id and Quake and all those guys, he did his own game, Daikatana. You remember Daikatana? Daikatana's going to make you his B word, right? That's who this guy is, right? So his memory is very photographic, and this is very, very detailed, as we can see by the lack of pictures. But it's a wonderful read of the PC era of like trying to invent a new thing and making a game and all the stuff that come with it is really, really, really interesting. So Doom Guy.
Okay. This
Ready?
is Christmas gifts?
Not necessarily, like exactly. Right, was John Romero wanted to make me his. Well, this is a family stream, right?
What kind of parties did you and News Pooey Channel go to?
Third book. Raise your hand if you ever played The Prince of Persia. Prince of Persia comes out on the
I've
Switch
seen the
tomorrow.
movie. It's so good. This movie's
No,
so
it's
good.
not. Why are you lying? Don't you know Jesus? Jesus is not like liar. It's the Prince of Persia movie. It's not good. So this book right here, this is the making of The Prince of Persia, and it's actually by Jordan Meckler. So what this
Holy crap! 95% of your video game collection looks like that, like sealed in plastic.
Wrapped, not opened.
Shut your. Yeah, you're fair. This just came in like today, so like I
thought these were Christmas gifts.
Let's do a live opening. I'm gonna open it right here. We go. Here, I'm gonna open it. Here I am. I'm gonna open this.
That means he's bought 2 copies. That means he's bought
yeah. This is CGI right here. This is a zoom filter.
This is not real. I would never open a book, but like this texture, the texture of the prince feels really nice. Feels really nice.
Okay.
Stop
okay.
it. But,
Rob,
so
I have
Meckler.
a for real dilemma. I have a for real dilemma that only I think you would understand. Not because you're a black man, but because you're a video game player. So, my wife and my kids made me a Mega Man 2, like pixelated Mega Man 2 board,
absolutely.
like with the perler beads, right? And I said, I want a Mega Man 1 board just like that. It's been 5 years. But I want Time Man and Oil Man added to it. And Lydia was like, I'm not doing Oil Man, Poppy. And I'm like, look, it's for my birthday. I said, it's my birthday. I realize that Oil Man looks like Mr. Popo before he got recolored.
I was like, no, I can't do that, man.
I was like, but I'm like, I'm not. And I thought maybe you could make him blue. And I'm like, no. Like, and Melanie was like, but we have people that come to our house and they're gonna be like, why do you have that? And I'm gonna say, because I'm keeping it real. That's
you can't say that.
It's not even old school. It's not even old school though. It's like from the PSP, but the way he was designed, they are 8-bit like versions of him.
Japan has no concept of what our people look like. When I go to Japan, people are like, "Hey!" Like I can't go anywhere. People know where I am.
My daughter jumped up on her pedestal and just started, Poppy, we can't do that. Like my friends will come over and be like, "What's wrong with your father?" You keep it real.
So Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Okay.
January 15th, and it was actually that was his actual legit birthday. So like this last Monday was actually his birthday. So that's kind of cool that coincided, right?
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Y'all learning some stuff, right? My kid was like, Daddy, we need to talk about progress and what we can do to these white people. I'm like, yes, keep talking to me about this, right?
Let's go to Omar's house so you can see his Oil Man painting.
We can't have Oil Man paintings.
Hey, all right, it ain't my fault he was drawn that way. That's on
Popo. Last one.
All right, what do you got?
This is a little bit harder to find. So if you know who Howard Phillips is, he's the game master who used to work in Nintendo back in the day. So this is a book called Game Master Classified. It's in the style of
Game Power. Power Magazine.
Nintendo Power.
Yeah.
So this is the same style of Nintendo Power.
I can't believe it. Oh my god. Right. Is that your original one? I know you got like copies.
100% is my original Nintendo Power. That I just ruined for the streamers. You see how much I love you guys. So all right. So what this book is, this is his story and things like that. And this book is in the same style of Nintendo Power, but it talks about like all the things that he did when he was quote unquote the game master. So this is the guy who played the original Super Mario Brothers 2 and was like, this game is hot garbage. Y'all can't be doing this. We need to show you Doki Doki Panic, and that turned into a thing. Like this is the guy that talked about this. So what this book is tells all those stories about him in the original Nintendo America days where he was like worked on the production line, and then he started working with games, and like they listened to it and trust him. Like, so this book is really, really cool about talking about his history. So I recommend finding those 4 books about video game stuff. There you go. There you go.
I love the show and tell. I miss that about our when we used to do that.
Omar, we used to do awesome show and tell. It was during the pandemic. We were stuck at home and we had to buy things and have them bring to us.
My favorite show idea that for some reason I have not carried over to near mint condition was the justify my purchase, because Rob was buying so much crap and he was like, okay guys, did I make the right? And it was always Rob, right? Because he was like, I just bought this.
Buy it.
I was like, no, Rob, there's no way you can justify that purchase. That's ridiculous. Why'd you even buy that?
Yeah, you bought some stupid things, but it was fun. It's fun. It's fun.
What are you opening at the moment here?
Oh, my daughter and my oldest and I are going through my Ninja Turtles. So I have like the NECA Ninja Turtles, and I've got like Batman and the Ninja Turtles versions. But yeah, I'll have to show you when you guys come over next. They'll be right beside my oil man.
If the next time I'm at your house, I was just at your house. The next time I'm at your house, I'm gonna take oil man and kick it in front of your kids.
Dude, it's kind of racist. You can't be doing that. You wouldn't kick Mega Man. I just want to feel my daughter crying as she's putting the perler beads of oil. I can't believe my father's making me. Can we make a TikTok of that, Tina?
My kids love perler beads. They use the same thing because I was like, kids, this is me as an old man. Back in the day, we only had 4 colors and 16 sprays, and they're like, Daddy, that's boring. We can do much more. And like,
man, kids, yeah, that's what I want for my birthday. They asked, so they better deliver.
They have until March.
Perler
bead oil man.
Perler beads. No, it's not just oil man. He's just part of it. But I bet that's the first character people notice. What is that about? And then I can let you tell the history of Mega Man and why that character was not in the original game, but the PSP powered up.
That was such a good game. Mega Man powered up on the PSP. Oh, man, it was so much fun. And this is again why we had to buy physical copies of games. Because if you want to play Mega Man powered up right now, go ahead, Omar. Try to play Mega Man powered up right now. Go ahead.
I have a PSP with Mega Man powered up in it.
There you go. I think I have one right behind me. Oh, I'm breaking things. If I wasn't breaking things, it's right. It's under there. Yeah, it's under there.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like I figured. But I will say CDs and some games have gone down in price. Like I was looking at Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII has gone down in price dramatically.
Well, yeah, because remastered.
Well, not just because of the remastered, but also the original has been released how many times digitally? Suikoden 1 and 2 has gone down dramatically. You know what hasn't though is still Persona 2 on the on the PSX, the PlayStation.
That still has not gone down in price. Re-releasing remastered 3.
What's that? One of you was talking. Go ahead.
So they're re-releasing 3. They've kind of remastered and kind of combined the 2 into one like solid game.
And what I was saying was Radiant Silvergun re-released physically from Lunar Games. So like that game should probably come down on the Saturn as well.
It did. I keep an eye on those things.
Yeah. So like I have it because again, even though I have Radiant Silvergun on the Saturn, like it's cool to have a physical little card on the Switch. It's a good port. And I also have it on the Xbox 360, even though it's digital. Right?
So did they add the FE version to PR? That was like the last Persona game I played was Persona 3 FE, which was just like a big dating sim.
Oh yeah.
I was like, y'all remember Thousand Arms on the PlayStation? That was another one that I remember thinking like, oh, this is like a dating simulator. But it's a role-playing game, so it's cooler.
I'm a big role-playing game fan. Yep.
What's your favorite role-playing game, Rob? Have we done a video on that on the old Near Mint Collection channel?
Did we do that? So, Andrew, I really want to do a video on Dragon Quest because I did one on Mario, I did one on Zelda, I want to do one on Dragon Quest, and we did one on Metroid too, right? So, yeah, Dragon Quest is the one that's missing. I have all the materials. But
You
my
guys still
favorite
making
role
videos on the side? Or is
You mean
Rob
Dragon
doing
Warrior?
Dragon.
Yes,
No.
Andrew, Dragon
No.
Warrior. That's how
No,
you
I
piss
mean
a
Dragon
nerd
Quest.
off. That's how you piss a nerd off.
Well, you know, maybe
Warrior.
2024 we'll put that video
That's what I'm
together.
here for.
Like, you know, in our copious free time, Andrew and I can pull this thing out. Like, you know, I have the
That's
script,
right.
I have
I
the
knew
video.
you guys had copious free time.
Yep,
Totally tons of copious free time.
Yeah, not at all.
But
But
oh yeah, what do you think of Dragon Quest 12, Rob?
I think so. Squeenix has not actually announced anything specific, but the few things that they showed look kind of more hardcore. Dragon Quest 11 was probably the best JRPG in the past 20 years.
That's the one
20
we
years.
played.
Yes, I want to say it. Dragon Quest 11 was the best RPG in the past 20 years.
That's the one we
Fact.
played together,
Really?
right?
Yes, we did. Yes,
I
we
bought
did.
it for you and Fran and Melanie, and we all played oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
And we
Did
yelled
you
at
remember
each
we
other.
played Dragon Quest 9 and we're all sitting in your
Was
basement?
it?
playing
Wait, no,
together?
maybe it was 9. I'm sorry.
It was
11
9
came
that we
out.
all played together.
Yeah.
And like 11 that we played like separately, right? And I have copies of 11 over here, but like 12 is supposed to be like on fire, more dark. Like I'm all 100% in. Again, I named one of my kids after Dragon Quest, so I'm all bowdy, right? Take my money. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. In our copious free time, we'll put together a dragon.
I want to do one more, and I would like to do this Dragon Quest video. So
One more video, that's it?
We're going to do this together, okay?
One and done.
One video.
There's no way it's better than 4, Rob. Dragon Quest 4.
Shit. I mean, I love Dragon Quest 4.
Remember the twist in 4? They
You
don't make
know.
twists like they do, like they used to.
Dragon Quest 4. What was cool about it is there's like 4 different characters, 4 different scenarios, and in the 5th scenario, they all come together, and the things that happen when they come together is like, I already knew you from story 2. I knew you from story 3. Oh my god. I'm okay.
Did Josh just say it's basic?
Take a moment.
Who
Yeah.
said that?
Josh, that game is older than you are.
Big man.
It's
Delete
older
him.
than Josh.
Get out of here.
I bet your mom played it, Josh. Maybe
My
when I
mom
used to,
did play.
oh yeah, when I used to go over to your mom's house, we played Dragon Quest 4.
Now, so I see Kane here saying Persona 4 Golden was one of my favorite games. So
Oh,
I
Golden
played
was
I
fun,
played
yeah.
the snap out of this on PSP. I love Persona 4 Golden. Absolutely.
Yeah,
love it.
Golden was
And
the
it
way
was
to go.
released on like PS4, right?
Oh
Yeah.
wait, it was on the PSP, wasn't it? 4
Yes,
Golden.
it started on PSP, and that's where I played it. I love it.
That's the last one I played then.
Yeah. And then it came out on like PS4.
I never played. I am calling Omar basic. I'm gonna call your mom after this stream and get this.
Hold on just a second.
Vita.
Oh, you got her on speed dial too, Rob?
Kane's correcting you guys. It was on the Vita.
See,
dude.
right, yes, it's on the Vita, not PSP.
It
It's
was on the Vita.
I
Somebody
hacked my Vita to play PSP games.
take your
If you have a Vita,
take your geek badge away, man.
hack
It was on the Vita.
slap out of your Vita. It's awesome. If you have a PS3, hack the slap out of your PS3. The PS3 can do awesome things. The PS3 can be, once it's hacked, put PS3 games, rip the hard drive, PS2 games, PS1. It's wonderful. Get a PS3 Slim and have fun with that.
News Pooh channel. I was one of those that got the Dragon Warrior for subscribing.
I bought Dragon Warrior, but what was the other game they gave away? Come on, Rob. They did a Sega Saturn had a re-release of it in 3D. High something.
You don't know what you're talking
I don't
about.
want to be your dad. You're gonna be a bastard child, dude. I got some bad news for Josh.
So let's talk about. So we're old. Let's talk to the young people. Even though
what
it's
the hell
after
was it
10. Let's talk to
called?
the young people. Nintendo Power Video Game Magazine, right here. Look. This is it. This is the
Back
one
in
I have
my
up.
day, cereal boxes used to come with toys.
Yeah, literally, yes. Yeah, right. If you subscribe to this magazine, like during the certain time period,
If you subscribe to that
sent you
magazine, you need to
a
go
copy
get a
of Dragon
colonoscopy.
Warrior, which was really
Highlight. That's it. Yes, Nintendo
They
Power.
didn't give me highlight. Shut
They
your
did.
face.
That's how I got it, or maybe I stole it.
You stole it. No offense.
That's the highlight with Nintendo
So
Power.
if you renewed your subscription to Nintendo Power, they would send you a copy of Dragon Quest because in Japan, Dragon Warrior. In
Dragon
Japan, Dragon Quest was like Runaway because of Akira Toriyama, like all the music, everything, like it blew up real big. So like, oh, it's going to happen here, and it didn't. So that all these extra copies of Dragon Warrior games. So if you renewed your subscription of Nintendo Power Magazine, they sent you Dragon Warrior. I was not part of that crew, but I had the Dragon Warrior strategy guide, and I took it with me wherever I went. And my mom was like, "Merry Christmas! Here's Dragon Warrior." Like, Mom, how did you know I want a Dragon Warrior? Like, little bro, you took this damn magazine everywhere you went. Of course, we knew you wanted Dragon Warrior, right?
And
I love that. Still love
you subscribe to that magazine. How often do your grandkids visit you?
I feel so burned.
Magazines came in the mail, not on your iPad.
Listen, back in the day, they had motherboards. If you want a sound, you had to buy sound blasters, buy creative. Grandpa, let's take you back home. I get it.
Oh my god!
You're joking about Sound Blaster 16 now. Come on,
dude. Exactly right. Look at this. Look at this magazine, though. Since I pulled it out, look at this. Look at this. What
did you ever watch any of the documentaries, Rob, on like the kids that the people that worked at Nintendo, Nintendo Hotline?
Oh, I remember the Nintendo Hotline.
God, remember the Nintendo Hotline? I can't remember. There was a recent documentary, just came out last year or maybe 2 years ago. But one of the episodes focused on the Nintendo Hotline. It was really cool to see like how he got hired and what he had to do to learn, like, you know, because these are the people you called when they were lost. Yeah. And he was like, we had a habit of transferring a lot of people because we didn't want to, like, we couldn't figure out the answer.
I was one of those kids because I had some kind of weird defective Nintendo, but was too young to know about it and understand. Every game worked fine except for The Legend of Zelda.
Really?
What was wrong with your copy?
There were certain, I think there was not all of them, but certain underworlds or caves that you walked in, and as soon as you walked in them, the game just froze. Like the colors went inverted and just froze. I couldn't get the dang sword, the wooden sword, because the very first cave you just froze. And I remember calling the hotline like 3 times and got transferred multiple times because everybody was like, "Yeah, we don't know what's wrong with it."
Little did Andrew know he had a test copy, very limited. He ended up with Miyamoto's test copy of The Legend of Zelda.
No, it wasn't the game, because if I took it to somebody's house, it worked there. It was my Nintendo. Yeah.
That's so weird.
Little did Andrew know that he had a limited edition Nintendo.
Right. Exactly.
Now you're
I was thinking about like some of the Nintendo games had like little switches on the back depending on what region like you were in, like A, B, and you would flip it so it would work with your specific Nintendo system.
God, wouldn't that be funny if that's what it was all this time?
I don't think Legend of Zelda was one of the games with the switches.
No, it was not.
No.
Man, I was reaching back there to try to find one.
Rob, I was going to say, I'm touching it, but I can't actually grab it. It has dip switches on it. You can.
You were all about keeping your games. Did you ever trade games, Rob, with friends? Like, I used to trade games.
Heck no. I had Gradius, Deadly Towers. Those games are terrible. I traded them one time, and I regretted it. I should have got rid of Deadly Towers.
What is the game? What's the game you regret? Have you ever? I know you don't sell a lot, but have you regretted ever getting rid of a game?
Yes.
What was it?
Deadly Towers for the NES and
that
Tomb
is
Raider
a piece of shit. Why would you regret that?
Because it was terrible.
Did you say Tomb Raider?
Tomb Raider for the Saturn.
Well, that game was awful. I think I still have my copy.
Yeah, I do not, and I'm pissed because even though it was terrible, it was still Tomb Raider on the Saturn came out before the PlayStation version, right? So like it's a landmark game. And I was like, I don't need this crap. I have it on PlayStation. Like, no. And same thing with Deadly Towers. Deadly Towers was a terrible game. It really was. But like I played it so much, the music is in my head. I beat the game. Like, I shouldn't have sold that because I sold it for Gradius, and Gradius is really not that much better than Deadly Towers.
Andrew,
eventually I bought that back. But I have not bought back Tomb Raider on the Saturn.
That's not that much.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
It's not Panzer Dragoon Saga.
Also, the other one I need to buy.
Every time you go to a convention, I'm like, Rob, just out of curiosity, how much is Panzer Dragoon?
The other one is Die Hard Trilogy for the Saturn. Like, I have that game.
Oh, yeah.
Throw it away. And that game is based on, in Japan, it's called like Dynamite Duke.
Dynamite, yeah.
something else. It's not Die Hard trilogy. I'm like, this game is garbage, man.
Was that Nintendo Power or was it the Nintendo Points? Remember the Nintendo Points also gave you the Zelda collection on the GameCube.
That kind of sounds like Nintendo Points.
That collection was beautiful.
Back there, I have what this person's talking about. I have the. How did I get that thing? I don't remember. Yeah, like if you did a thing, you can get like the old school Ocarina of Time, Master Quest collection on the GameCube. But I don't remember what you had to do to get that.
I thought it was Nintendo Points. Like you had the Nintendo Club with the hat.
Yeah, I think it's Nintendo Club.
I think Nintendo Club, yeah.
Unless they did it with Nintendo Power too. That would have been cool. Tina, what about you? What do you regret selling? I know you regret a lot in life.
I am not regret.
I regret a lot of things, and it's not necessarily well. If we're not talking video games, I regret selling my Red River, which is a manga. Like
that thing is freaking expensive, man. You're right.
Yeah, I regret selling that. I sold that to help fund one of Heather's trips to see her brother.
You're such a good wife.
Aww.
You're a good person, Tina.
But I regret my mother selling our entire collection of like Atari games and the Atari system. I was so mad.
What about you, Andrew?
Tina!
Well, so speaking of what we were talking about earlier, going digital, I regret selling my Lord of the Rings extended edition with all the extra stuff DVD set. Yeah. Because I was like, this is the age of 4K. Who wants a DVD anymore? This isn't even HD. Surely I can find something better. And I can't. You can't find anything better. There are 4K. Don't get me wrong. There are 4K versions of the Blu-rays, but they don't come with all the extra stuff. And
they do. You just have to get the limited edition one.
No, even that.
$800 on eBay.
Andrew, I have all three of these sets that you speak of.
In 4K?
Yes.
Extended editions with like 15 discs or whatever?
Yeah. So you have to get the limited edition box set to get that, though.
That's like the $700 one or something like that.
I'm sorry. Are we talking about collectibles here or are we talking about money? What are we talking about here?
I don't know. This has plagued me for a couple of years now because we kind of like I
love that Andrews might be the cheapest thing to replace the DVD version of the extended. I got you, dude. I
think that's back there in the closet.
I'll even throw in a DVD player when I see
it's the principle of it. No, that's the thing. I can't go back. I gotta get the 4K. I need the movies in 4K.
They're not that great in 4K. The 4K upscale is so weird.
Is it?
I don't like it, man. I like Blu-ray's as good as it got for me for the Lord of the Rings. Because remember in 4K they added it's too clean, it's too crisp. Remember when we saw The Hobbit in theaters? Yeah. How they were starting this new trend and it never caught on, thank goodness.
Yeah, because that was 48
like true,
per second or maybe 60, I don't remember.
The frames per second were just crazy. Well, they did that for the Lord of the Rings 4K release.
Oh, really?
So it looks like that instead of the classic cinematic look to it. So I mean, it does take your eyes a bit to get used to it.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. I didn't realize.
Yeah, they were shot in 48 frames per second, which is kind of weird because typically cinema film is 24 frames per second.
Right.
So a little soap opera E. Yeah.
Oh, I remember being very excited about that when it first came out because the whole notion is twice the frames per second. It's just going to feel more real. You're going to feel like you're there, which sounded really cool. And then I watched it on screen and I was like, no, this actually isn't that cool. Like,
dude, you were in the theater with me and you were talking me into it. You were like, oh no, Omar, your eyes just got to get to adjust it. And I'm like, what? This looks really cheap, Andrew. This looks,
I know.
And you were like, no, Omar, you just have to get ready. Like, you got to get visually ready. And I was like, well, Andrew's a smart guy.
Omar quit being a wuss.
That's what he was saying. I was like, what? Okay.
Don't ever listen to me. Yeah, no. I was wrong.
Well, I guess your eyes never adjusted to it either, Andrew. You lied to me.
I did. Yeah, it's a little habit of mine.
I have sold so much in my life and gotten rid of so much in my life that I have so many regrets. I think my entire Super Nintendo collection
Yes,
probably
that's
what
what
I
I
wish.
was going to say. We sold all your Super Nintendo games at Donkey Kong Country.
I
Super
gave
Metroid.
Rob my
Star Fox.
Dragon Warriors 3 and 4
Yes,
him
I have
Dragon
your
Warriors.
games in my house. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you.
with the map.
They're in a good home, sir.
I'll tell you the same deal. I tell Keith, get rid of it. You better come to me.
Yeah, if I sell those, it'll come back to you 3 times what they were worth.
Well, it's a good thing you paid
'Cause you're my friend.
$0 for them. Dude,
Yeah, I made the same deal with Keith. Like, Keith, if you ever come back with these things, well,
dude, you know Keith is gonna be like, "Oops, I forgot the deal that I made
Keith,
with you guys."
yeah. So first of all, if y'all don't know who Keith is, like, I'm a hardcore gamer. Omar's a hardcore gamer. Keith is a hardcore gamer.
Yeah,
he was
he's
like,
a freaking like
here's all my
super nerd. Like a bunch of
Let me
nerds got
distribute
together
it.
and made
I'm like,
Keith.
I'm like, Keith, bro, I'm not worthy of this. I'm not worthy of Neon Genesis Evangelion for the Saturn. That's not me. That's not me. It's like, here you go, right? But like one day he's gonna come back to my house. And he's gonna say, hey, bro, I need those neon signs and I need Neon Genesis Evangelion for the Saturn. I'm gonna be like, here you go. There's nothing I can do. I got you. He's real.
He's a good guy. Battletoads Double Dragon for the SNES was one of my favorite games ever.
Oh, did you sell that? Why did you do that?
The last 2 games I kept from my Super Nintendo collection were Final Fantasy VI in a box with the freaking instruction manual and the strategy guide and Secret of Mana and same. And I remember holding on to those 2 for about a month after I had sold off everything. And I said, well, if I hold on to these, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to buy everything back again. So I let them go. And it was dude, it was so sad because I remember like Melanie walking in on me, like I'm crying. I'm like, I gotta let these go. What are you doing? And I'm like, she's like, have you heard of like ROMs? And I was like, yes, it's not the god thing. You know
It's not the point. It's not the point.
You can't touch it. You can't feel it. You can't.
Look. See,
Well,
look.
no,
And
but
everyone
ROMs,
grab your copy of Magic Knife. Look it.
Mine is in this room until it gets finished. Look, here's the thing with ROMs though, and I had to teach her this. I was like, if you ever want to test the power of ROMs, try to beat Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson's Punch Out on a ROM.
Yep.
Because there's a little bit of a lag. Remember that, Rob?
So yeah, let me tell the story. We have a video game party every year, and little snotty little kids come up to me and they're like, man, you're old, man. You can't beat Mike Tyson. I'm like, let me show you how it's done. But the only way I can beat Mike Tyson is on an official game.
That's right.
On a CRT.
Teach him, Rob. Teach him about that lag.
Because if you use an HDMI screen.
Oh, here comes the nerd.
Lag.
Watch out now.
Lag is introduced. And the thing is, lag, so these games are 60 frames per second, which means that's 16 milliseconds per frame, right? So if anything that takes more frames than that, you don't have time when Mike Tyson flashes blue to dodge his punches. The only way I can beat Mike Tyson is on an original Nintendo, on a Mr. FPGA, or on the analog NT. That's it, because everything else introduces enough lag where I cannot dodge Mike Tyson. Now, I thought, this is my old man test. I'm like, I'm an old man. I can't play this game anymore. I try to do this at least a couple of times a year to make sure I can still beat Mike Tyson's ass. And I had to do it the other day. It's like, because we had our video game party. It's like, can I still do this? Because little snotty little kid who's like he's 18. He's like, you have Mike Tyson's Punch Out. You can't beat Mike Tyson. I'm like, shit. Let me show you, little kid. And I did it. But I had to practice to make sure I could still beat him on a CRT with original hardware with no lag. That is
you gotta get that timing down, that first minute and a half.
Yep. If you can get past that, you're good. But the thing is, you can't do it. I can't do it on the NES Classic, which I have behind me.
Like, well, the NES Classic is also emulated.
It's an emulator. I can't do it. Yeah. And on the Switch, they have the same. Nope, I can't do it. I have to have either FPGA or the real hardware on a CRT. Because
what is this MIG switch?
Only way to eliminate the lag.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the MIG switch, Nintendo is going to shut that down. There's no way that thing's going to be able to come out. No way.
What is it?
The R4 devices back in the day, Nintendo was like, no, that's not going to happen. Not going to happen. If you buy one, I'll be really impressed. Really impressed.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, so what the
I don't either.
MIG switch is a Nintendo Switch cartridge. You plug an SD card into it, and you push a button on it, and it switches the ROM that is on it. So you go effectively, it's a flash card for the Nintendo Switch. But Nintendo is, especially right now with the end of the Switch Lite coming and the Switch 2 populating, they're not going to let that thing fly, man. So they are way hardcore trying to shut down whatever avenues the MIG switch can sell. And there's also a big conspiracy that the MIG switch is coming from the people who did the Executioner, which, funny enough, the dude's last name is Bowser, which kind of makes you laugh that this dude named Bowser, who went to jail
later,
18 months.
Kirby.
Yes. Yeah, exactly right. Went to jail, came back, it's like, hey, here's the new thing. No, it's not
Bowser went to jail.
So, but we'll see what happens with the MIG switch. Like, if it actually releases, will I buy one? No.
He's like,
I'm good.
Will I
have
buy
like
one?
every
No.
game, so I'm fine.
no, yeah.
No.
Andrew, how's it going on Legend of Zelda: The Dream Warrior?
Tears of the Kingdom is the word you're looking
Whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom.
My game, I would say that my game is currently in good Rob Fox condition.
Are you still having fun?
Andrew,
Yes.
you too.
Yeah, I haven't opened it yet.
You
I
too,
don't have
Andrew.
time. I've been a little too preoccupied with other stuff, and I'm just like, all right, I know if I dive into this game, it's gonna consume my life for the next 7 months.
fine. You have plenty of time. It's plenty of time.
Oh yeah, I'm in no
Played
rush.
3 games last year. Legend of Zelda, the first one. The hell's it called?
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild was the game. Was the one that I beat it. And my brother was like, "You only played 3 games last year." I was like, "What? You're gonna make fun of me because I only played 3 games last year?"
I'm
You
sitting
work-
here going, how did you find time for 3 games?
Yeah.
Shoot. I was like, "You work from home making 6 figures." And during meetings, he's putting in 180 hours into what the hell's it, Elder Ring or whatever the hell it was called.
Elden
Yeah,
Ring. Oh my God.
Elden Ring.
I do. I
How do
have
you put
85
180
kids,
hours
6
into
jobs, and I
Elden
put
Ring?
400 hours in Elden Ring. I get it.
Like I haven't played a game that much. Oh my God, the last time I played, I devoted that much time to a game. Melanie was calling me out on the phone because I was talking to her because she was in college and I was home and I'm playing. What was it, this guy? All right, I'm like, oh man, yeah, I got to level up my characters. And she's like, hey, I'm telling you about my dad. Are you playing a video game? And I was like, no,
You
I'm not.
don't understand, Melanie. I've got to
No,
level this weapon up to
I was
99.
listening to you the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that
Nothing,
sucks.
baby.
You lost your glasses. That sucks. And she's like, that's not what I said. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta pay attention now instead of my
You gotta do
game.
what Chris Rock did. Yeah. I told you that bitch
I
crazy.
told you that bitch crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, but I mean that's the last time I've put 100+ hours into a game.
You know, it's wild. It's almost like there's not YouTube streamers that make money playing video games while streaming.
Yeah, but I mean that's it's like I told you, like I need it doing comics for a living, like you know, it's a job. So if I start doing streaming video games, it kind of takes away from my thing, right? Like, which is like, I know people want to see like my toy collection, but I like having my own little Zen garden of just sitting there and putting things up by myself without having to worry about making a TikTok or entertaining people. So here, this is Batman from the TMNT.
Mhm.
I don't want to do that. I do that with books already. I don't want to sit there and explain who this Batman is and why he has this. That is a pretty lame cape. You know, so that's why I kind of keep those things to myself, because then it becomes a job. Because I've seen other comic book channels have Twitch accounts and then have to play and entertain people. Because if you're not entertaining, then you're not going to get views, right?
They're not necessarily going to watch you. Yeah, they're gonna
Unless
unless you're me.
you're
and
a young lady that you know.
I was gonna say you can show your
Easy on
boobs.
the eyes.
Omar. Show your boobs.
I mean, I could do that. Everybody's got a buying price, Rob. Everybody.
So I mean, that's the thing. Like, people don't understand that YouTube is a full-time job. Where if you're not creating content, you're thinking about
I should be creating content right now, but instead I'm here talking to you guys, opening up my toys.
Yeah,
Multitasking.
we are actually literally messing up with your revenue stream, so you can pay.
You guys are the worst. You need to super chat me right now, Rob.
We're messing up.
I'll take PayPal. You got my PayPal.
Don't super chat him. Just direct pay him because.
Oh no, Rob direct pays me.
I do. I sure do.
He does.
That $1.80 goes straight to you.
Mhm.
$1.80. YouTube takes 55% of your money. So if you get a $10 super chat, that's $4.50 that comes into your pocket. YouTube takes $5.50. It's ridiculous, but what else
people don't know. They don't know.
Well, no, I think a lot of YouTubers have let people
Epic.
know.
They take 30% of everything that you do. YouTube takes even more. They're like, oh, I'll be a YouTuber. Like, they don't know. So,
Oh, I thought
our
about
job to
you
tell people about
recently,
this.
Andrew. Did you hear about the kid who beat Tetris?
I did.
There's 3 of them.
Oh,
3 of them.
what?
now.
There's 3 now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Melanie
All
and I were
people
watching
Andrew,
these
make
things.
yourself full screen. You need to talk about this, bro.
Oh, Andrew, did that break your heart?
What? No, not necessarily. I didn't realize you could do that on that version of Tetris. Yeah, that
Well,
brought back
They didn't
memories.
think it was possible for the longest time
Right,
because,
right.
like, the way they basically like glitched and stuff.
Mhm.
So it was
Yeah.
all about probabilities with the game, which was really, really cool. It was like, oh yeah, you can, totally break the game.
Right, but it was just a theory. Like nobody. Yeah, you
Yeah.
just like maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We'll see. Keep playing
Dude,
and find
this
out.
generation
This
to
kid
break
was
that. That's so cool.
13
was
13
wild.
years old. That blows my mind. Blows my
Yeah.
mind.
I watched it. I watched probably. I was just jumping through, being like, okay, what's going to happen? And I watched the last 10 minutes of him playing because I was just like I got sucked into it, and I was just.
Mhm.
I remember one time. There was one time that I played the original Game Boy Tetris, and got like so in the zone that I was playing at that speed. Now I didn't get nearly as far as he did with it, but like I got way, way, way farther than I ever did before, and I was playing at that speed. So like when I'm watching this YouTube video, I'm just watching this, going like, oh yeah, I remember being in the zone where it's just like you have no time to think at all.
I didn't know about the trick.
Oh yeah, like
I've never seen anybody
can't remember what
play
they call where
hold
they're
the
like
controller like that. Tap it from the bottom, so
Yeah.
it taps
Yeah,
up.
you do it like this. You do it like this.
I
Yeah.
don't know what the hell
Wait.
Rob's doing. They were doing it from the bottom.
no,
So
no,
they
no,
were
no.
holding
So
their
you take the
controller like this,
and
they were
you
doing
tap
this.
it, so
And so
it
you do like
the
this.
button
press it twice.
taps faster.
Mhm.
Really?
See what- Yeah, they were
Yeah.
holding the
Oh,
NES
Oh,
controller
it's
like
nuts.
this,
It's nuts.
and I was like, "What the hell are these kids doing? These fools!"
What?
Oh my
Drum it.
god, that's
They
how they
drum
got so fast because they need that time to get the blocks, to get the lines together. It's really cool.
And the
Wow.
thing that gets me upset is I'm really good at Tetris. Like, okay, Andrew can beat me at Tetris. I'll
No,
admit that.
Andrew sees
Andrew
the
can beat me at
world
Tetris.
like
So
Tetris
I'm
blocks.
damn good at Tetris, and I see these guys. I'm going,
I've never heard Rob talk about Tetris in his life, like ever.
okay,
He ain't
listen,
got
Right,
no
right.
next
Tetris.
video game Armageddon. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a Space Invaders
Don't
tournament.
embarrass yourself.
We're gonna do a Tetris,
Don't embarrass
Tetris tournament,
yourself.
and we're doing like a
A
Ridge Race. I
Tetris
don't know what
tournament.
It's Tetris.
Tetris and
We'll
Space
play.
Invaders.
What is
No
it?
rock and roll.
Tetris and Puyo, and that'll be great.
Tetris, Saturn Bomberman, and
Oh,
Space
Saturn
Invaders. We're doing.
I just learned about the trick last. Dude, I'm 45 years old, and I learned about that trick 2
Yeah.
weeks ago when my wife is showing me this documentary. I'm like, what are those kids doing? And she's like, oh,
Yes.
it's because they
Yes.
get the knife. And I'm like, well, surely Andrew discovered this in 1989.
No, Andrew's an old
Nope.
man. He doesn't know.
Nope. Andrew had no idea.
Andrew was playing Tetris with the power pad.
I have a power
That's how
pad.
good he was. That's
what
how
I'm
good
doing.
he was, man. Andrew was playing Tetris with the power pad.
That's
Dude,
what
if Andrew could play with the power glove, he got all the
I have a
ladies.
power glove too. Power glove is right
So
over there.
bad.
He got all the
bad.
ladies because he can score with the freaking power. I can't believe you own a power glove. That thing is
Wait,
so
you have
ridiculous.
one?
Of course he does.
He does have
What?
one. Of course.
Dumb question. You know the answer to. Do I have a power glove? It's so bad. Of course I
We
do.
know,
so bad.
wait, did they ever make like a left-handed power glove?
No, lefties are actually mutants, and they need to go to Professor X's farm. No.
He doesn't have a farm. Are you talking about killing people? What are you talking about? Oh man, yeah. That that documentary, I was like, this is crazy. Oh, Tetris blocks have names? Rob,
They
this
have
is you,
names.
baby. You're the biggest Tetris fan I know. What are they, Rob?
Tetramino. That's all I got. LSTI.
No.
Yes, it is I, woman. I don't remember what this was called.
I think it's line, isn't it? Isn't it line?
Maybe this line.
It's what is it? Pinky, Bluey.
No, Pinky, Iggy,
Yeah,
Blinky,
Pinky,
Cloud.
Iggy.
No, that's not it.
Oh man, Tetris. Oh my god, how do we get in that
Okay, all right.
conversation?
So next video game party, that's what we're gonna do. Tetris.
Yeah, you're right. It is IOLJSZT.
Oh, that's what it is.
Steve,
Zed?
Craig, Alberto,
Zed?
Francisco,
It's
and Bob.
It's Zed.
I like that. I like that. That's I like those names, Hayden. Is that real? Is that real?
Steve, Craig, Alberto, Francisco, and Bob.
I feel like
No.
Hayden knows. They know.
I feel those should be the proper
Hero?
name. So okay.
Pee-wee?
So shout out.
Nash Boy, Cleveland Z, Rhode Island Z. What?
Where are you on Ask Jeeves? What are you doing?
Go to YouTube, type in the video game historian Tetris, and it's an hour long, but it's a wonderful documentary about the whole history of Tetris. My kids were like, "We don't watch this; it's boring," and then they were like, an hour
Orange
long.
Ricky?
Yep.
No, Orange Ricky, Blue Ricky, Cleveland Zed, Rhode Island Zed, Hero, Tiwi, and Smash Boy. Okay,
Who
that's really
named these blocks?
good.
The Russians?
James is on point. I have to get James props.
Oh, James is freaking Oracle.
It was in the user manual for Tetris.
Who looked at that?
I have the user manual.
Yeah, but you never read them. That was the thing.
No,
This,
Because if I
you have to
touched
open
it,
it.
one fingerprint would ruin the manual, so I couldn't touch it.
if I had read the freaking instruction manuals of Final Fantasy, I would have known to equip my armor and swords instead of just going
Yeah,
out
like,
in the battle and
that-
thinking that I was automatically equipped with all these things.
I thought I was
Like,
the
it's
only
not
one who
that.
did that.
No, you're not the only stupid one here.
Because I
I
was
am
like,
also that
dang,
stupid.
this is the hardest game. That's why now, like, I've been trained myself to just like level and level and level before you progress because, like, I wasn't using the armor, the swords. You're supposed
All
to.
right, I gotta answer this question because this is the greatest. This is one of the greatest jokes I ever pulled on a friend. What Transformers toy does Omar have that Dan?
I know the answer to this.
All right, so it's Unicron, right? That's the big one. But this is what kind of friend I am. When I got Unicron in,
You're
Andrew
shitty friend.
happened. Oh man, I'm the worst. It's such a good joke. It's such a good joke. So I had Andrew come over, right? The Dan did not get Unicron. He did not pre-order it. I did because I'm an idiot. So I got Unicron. He came in. Andrew, I think, helped me. He was helping me with lights one day or something. And I'm like, and Unicron had just come in that day. And I was like, hey, dude, you want to do something funny? See, Rob's got a poor man's Unicron.
I got poor Unicron, not good
Yes.
Unicron, poor man's Unicron.
That's like Wish Unicron.
Alibaba.
So what we did was I said, Andrew, what you need to do is I'm going to take a picture of you holding the Unicron box, but we're not going to send it to Dan. I'm going to send it to Sarah, Andrew's wife. And I said, now you have Sarah send a message to the group chat and saying, oh my God, like our friends, including Dan and his wife, Lori. Have Sarah say, oh my God, I just got this for Andrew out of the blue. And he's so excited and he's holding this box. And I told Andrew, I looked at Andrew, I'm like, before she hit send, I'm like, I know what Dan's gonna do. He's gonna be sitting on that couch, he's gonna be looking at his wife going, God damn it, he doesn't even like Transformers. Why does Andrew get everything? Because I know my friends. So so she sends out the text, and Dan's like, he's the like, I've never seen Dan reply so fast at a text. He was like, what? And he was like, what? No, really, what? And I was like, oh, dude, that's awesome. Mine hasn't come in yet, Andrew. That's great. I'm glad. I didn't even know you like, and you were like, I wasn't even looking for him. Sarah just found him or something like that. And Dan, I could tell Dan was fuming. So I was texting Lori on the side, and Lori's like, oh my God, you all should see him on the end of the couch right now. He is just pouting like a little boy. That is how I treat my friends.
Oh.
You're a great friend, and like
Yeah,
I
such
am.
a great
So
friend.
I came out of the era of Transformers. I love Unicron. I wanted the big toy, but I couldn't at the time. I was like, $600 for a Transformer.
Use
I'd rather buy
500.
an arcade game. But now, like 5 years later, I should have spent that $600.
They never reprinted him. He was really like print on demand. I don't know. You know what's crazy is Hasbro actually found some at the warehouse.
Yeah.
It was on sale for 30 seconds because New Spooky Channel knows this. They were gone. People were like, "Oh my god!" But they got them. I mean, they swooped them up and sold them.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got this, and this made me go, okay, it's close enough, and then I was fine. It's fine. It's fine. Because as much as I love Transformers,
That's the participant ribbon. Unicorn.
as much as I love Transformers, I love video games more. So like, it's fine. It's fine.
Right. Video games are more your thing, right?
But if he came back, I just broke him down. If he ever came back on sale for $600, 100% I'd buy it all day.
Yeah, it was expensive. Ain't no joke.
Oh yeah.
You can always get Dan an Optimus Minor figure if you want to mess with him. He doesn't have it. I don't know if he collects the Minor. You're talking about the little Beast Wars guy, the Optimus Minor.
I have the one that transforms, and I have the
You have a transforming Optimus?
yeah.
Why do you have that? I didn't even know you like Transformers that much.
I have this. Hold on.
Well, if it's Hot Rod, Dan will collect it.
This.
Yeah, that's true.
You haven't even opened it.
I have a big box.
Open game? The toy? I think kids, 6 jobs.
I don't think he does.
What are you talking about? You're so lazy. You have 2.
Rob, you know what? Okay, Rob, I'm going to support you here because I'm realizing now that you have basically the toy and video game equivalent of the anti-library, which is like you collect all these books that you may read one day, but you have not read, and they're just there. They're possibilities.
I showed you 4 books today. I've read 1.
He did show you 4
pages
books.
of
I've
all
never
the
seen
books.
Rob
One
talking about
wasn't
books
even
in my
open, it was
life.
just shrink wrapped.
I've
Wait,
known Rob for decades,
hold
and
on,
I've
hold
never
on,
heard him
hold
talk
on.
about
Look
books
at this.
like
I'm gonna
ever.
show you this. I have this too.
Ooh.
I didn't know you liked Optimus this much.
I love Optimus Prime, but I don't have time to put this shit together. I got 6 jobs and 14 kids. What am I supposed to do, right?
And you're going
Right.
to Japan, you might as well just stay home and put that Optimus together,
Exactly,
dude.
right?
It'll save
Yeah,
you
right.
money.
It's fine. It's fine.
It will save you money.
I keep saying, oh, this weekend I'll put this together. This weekend I'll beat Final
I
Fantasy.
keep saying
16.
that about Omar's gallery. This weekend will be the weekend that I work on that gallery that I've had for almost like what
Dude,
4 or 5
when we
years.
got together on Saturday and Maddie mentioned it, I'm like, oh, I forgot about that thing. That's been
This
2 years
weekend
ago.
it's gonna happen.
Uh-huh.
One day
I have a
it'll
lot of
happen.
things on the this weekend list. Nope, they don't happen.
Speaking of which, it is 15 minutes to 11. I've got to go because I've got
Yeah,
work tomorrow.
Yep. I'll
Yep.
let you.
I've got work as soon as we end this stream.
I'm
What do
sorry.
you all
Yeah, we're
get you
45
about?
minutes late. We did a good job though. It's all good.
That's
It's all
right.
good.
Oh, I was waiting for Dan and Maddie to show up. They're not.
No.
They're not coming. Oh,
They
that
did. You just
sucks.
missed it. You just missed
I
it.
just missed them.
Just missed them totally. Yeah.
Maddie is actually at a place where she's playing video games, unlike Rob, who's
Yeah,
got
she-
more video games than all of
tomorrow,
Max.
tomorrow I'm gonna beat Final Fantasy 16. I bought the DLC, but I'm gonna beat the game tomorrow. It's gonna happen.
Wait, hold on a second. I think this is the longest stream. I think so too. See, this is what happens when you get me involved. Like I get Rob talking, I bring up memories of making fun of Dan, who's not here to defend himself, but he really couldn't because he'd be like, "No, they're right. I was being a
Oh yeah,
punk."
no, there's no defending that. Yeah.
Oh man, that's one of my
100% factual.
favorite jokes. Like
Good times. Good times.
that I pulled on a friend. But how often do you guys do this? Once a week?
Once a month.
Once a month.
Once a year.
Once a
a year.
month. That's right. Once a year.
Ooh, James is throwing out the facts here. The longest stream is 1 hour and 58 minutes. The longest Nearby collective stream? I
Who
don't
was
know.
on that? Who was
I was
on
gonna
that,
say-
James?
We should go to 158, although I want the bounce.
That's probably what happens is Rob leaves and then everybody's like,
like, well, I gotta go. I'm all
Yeah,
now,
they're
we,
gonna
now we
feel
can talk
like
about
that.
video games.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens when Rob leaves.
we have
We're
talked about a
talking
lot of video game stuff today, so I appreciate you guys. Like, let me talk about the thing that I love. I appreciate that. Yeah.
It was fun.
I'm glad I jumped on. It's so good to see you guys. Andrew, you're playing Axis and Allies this weekend?
Yes.
How old are you, Andrew?
Yeah. Matt texted me going, "Hey man, you're
Yeah.
invited to watch." I'm not gonna
You
watch.
ain't-
I'm
you
gonna
ain't
get drunk.
nothing.
What are you
can't
nerds?
Game.
Yeah, we're playing Axis and Allies this weekend. So we've got some friends who play that together, and Omar's kind of the straggler on that one because
All I do is get drunk and make fun of them and their orc army, and they're like, Matt's like, no, this is historically accurate. Axis and Allies.
I think he said he was going to invite you to show up like halfway through and like jump in as Peru or something like that.
But I told them, I was like, oh, I wish I'd known about it like a week ago. I already made plans for Saturday night. Otherwise, I would have. But I'm going to have a party again this year, celebrating 46 years on this planet. So,
Amen.
Oh, you're old.
Good.
We'll do it like last year. We're going to have a party. Everybody's invited. Everybody on the stream that's watching. Just got to find my address. BYOB.
I can help with that. Hit me up.
God damn it. I probably should have thought about that. I mean, that one guy that never comments. Yes. I've been waiting for this day. I hate that son of a bitch. Yeah. That's
Okay. Oh. Guys. In Ohio, there is an arcade.
I heard
pinball
in Ohio.
opening.
Did anybody else hear in Ohio?
I heard
Ohio.
Ohio.
In
Yeah,
Ohio, not Ohio Gozaimasu. There's a dude.
Okay.
His name is Rob, so I identify with this guy. He's been collecting arcade games and pinball games for like 50 years, and he's decided to open this place up in Ohio, and we should go. We should go for somebody's birthday, and it'll be awesome.
Josh, you didn't have to send me that.
I'll send you the link. I saw a video today. I was like, oh my God, where did it go? So wait, hold on. Here we go. You need to come. It'll be awesome.
Okay. Fill me in.
If I had a phone,
know.
I don't have my phone. But if we had a phone, it's called like Point.
Where in Ohio?
Speak faster. Faster would be
You're
good.
on. Daggone it. I'm sorry.
For one time, Rob is at a loss for words.
I'm like, yeah, Tina knows. I'm like, okay, hold on.
You're talking about a guy that you know named Rob is opening up a store about the things that you like, video games. Arcade Legacy?
Dude, it's no. So that is in
Arcade Legacy or 8-bit. It's got to be something different then.
Oh, we need to go up there anyway, Tina. Remember, you found that place that you want to check out at the mall.
Well, I mean, like it was like a sun coast and everything. Like
no. That mall that you're talking about is fantastic. Yeah. It really is. It really is. So this place. So in Nashville, if you go south, there's a place called Game Terminal. It's a football field. 700 games is amazing. But in Ohio, I found it. All right. Okay. It's called. I'll put in the link. But like, it's in Girard, Ohio, and it's 500 games. It's pinball arcade. We gotta go.
You're saying like not for sale. It's just like things you can play. No, one of my favorite trips we took though was for your 40th birthday, and we went to 16-bit in Ohio, and that's still one of my favorite memories, man. When me and you were like. These two nerds came up to us in their 20s, and they're like, "Oh, we challenge you guys to Smash." No, it was Smash Brothers, and I was like, "Dude, we were smashing and playing Smash Brothers before you all were even born. Give me that damn controller."
And they rocked us.
Them dude, Rob got his ass beat first, and then I'm like, "Oh,
I found it.
What's it called?
It's called in Ohio. It's called Pastimes Arcade.
Pastimes
Arcade.
What part of Ohio?
Girard.
Like
Pastimes, Ohio.
Butler.
Or Pastimes Arcade in Girard, Ohio. We have to go.
Oh my
You've been there?
They just opened like this weekend or last weekend. They have 600 games, pinball, arcade. There's a food place. We gotta go. Whoever birthday is next is where we gotta go.
That's my birthday. I don't want to go to Girard, Butler, Ohio.
Are you? What is your birthday? 45?
Sure, 45 again. Yes.
All right, guys. I seriously have to go.
Go, Tina. Go to bed.
Thanks so much. I'm leaving too. Tina,
right.
Good to see you. Good night.
That's it. I got one more box to open, you jackasses. I came to this stream to talk and open boxes of toys. Yes, Girard, Butler, Ohio. Look, Tina, Tina will stay, man. If you just keep talking, Tina's gonna be like,
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna hit the button.
"No, Tina, I got something."
Have a
really
good
important
night,
to tell you.
guys.
I have something
you
important
like,
to tell you, Tina.
subscribe.
Good night, everybody.
That
We're outta
smash
here.
button.
The Rob
Go
is
follow
connected-
Omar on Near Mint Condition. You guys
These
are already
people are
followers.
Yeah, go check out
Bye,
that other channel.
guys.
Go check it out. All right.
Rob, are you still here?
I am. Hold on.
Oh, there he is.
All right, what are you showing us? Tina just left.
Nothing. His camera broke down.
Is
Yeah,
this like,
I had
this
the
another
good camera
angle?
and like
The battery ran out.
Are you
Go
showing
ahead.
us another angle of your room?
I could look at this. And then
Where
over
are
here.
you?
Look at this.
Dude, you know what you need to do? And I'm being serious. I say this every year for the last, how long have you been in that house?
A long time.
70 years. I've known you for like literally 25 years.
I think you need to finish your basement. Now, I know you say the same thing. It costs a lot of money. But if you stop buying arcade games for like just
Listen,
one year,
I had to buy arcade games.
just 1 year before you fill up the top room. Hear me out. I know it sounds blasphemous. If you stop buying arcade games for just 1 year, you can finish your basement, and then you have a
Listen,
place. to
so
put
the
your
problem
stuff.
about finishing the basement is materials. We're like, and we're going to do all these cool things. I'm like,
Yeah, but you're talking about materials now.
$3,500. Like, I don't
Materials.
click on
Yeah,
one.
10 years ago, you should have done it instead of buying those stupid arcade one-ups. And I was like,
The
why are you
best time
buying
to finish
these?
your basement is yesterday. You're absolutely right. You're right.
Okay,
You're right.
if you could travel back in time, yes, of course. Oh, you got 9 more minutes, and it will be the longest stream. Thank you for that,
Oh,
Kane.
we can do 9 more minutes. We can do 9 minutes.
All right,
You guys
we
can
can,
do 9
we can BS for 9 more minutes.
We can.
Andrew, what's your favorite
I,
Christmas movie?
True. I do have to. I have to jump in 9 minutes. That's 7
I should have
minutes.
jumped
That's
off
7
an
minutes.
hour ago, but Andrew invited me, and here I am.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So my favorite Christmas movie is probably
Why are you answering that?
Where did Andrew go?
Did he really just leave us? That mother.
My favorite Christmas music is.
I don't care about your
the-
favorite Christmas movie. I want to talk to Andrew.
The Santa Claus. The Santa Claus movies are my favorite Christmas movies.
Ooh, I like this.
With Tim Allen.
The real answer is buy another house with a finished
No,
basement.
I don't have another house money.
It is the American way. Favorite arcade game. All right, Rob, if you could own one real
Either.
arcade game that is not
Okay,
the
So I
tabletop.
can actually answer this because this is legit. Thank you. Oh, changes, yes. This is my dude. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching our content. I love you, right? My favorite arcade game is either, there's 3.
I'm like,
Miss Pac-Man.
which you have.
Donkey Kong or Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. Those are my 3.
Street
Wait.
Fighter 2 Champion Edition,
Honorable
really?
mention, Samurai Showdown 2.
Oh, Sam Show 2 is so good.
Omar, I thought about you the other day. So you know I have an arcade 1-up, and I swapped out the guts, and I put in a Pandora Box 6. And I was trying to choose between King of Fighters 96 and King of Fighters 98.
Why were you trying to choose? Does it not carry that much memory, or like can you...
Because if you recall, I love King of Fighters 96. But
Oh,
the
96
dude
is
who
the
made
right
King of
answer.
Fighters 96 said King of Fighters 98 is a better game. And that hurt my feelings because I think King of Fighters 96 is better than 98.
It
I thought
is.
about you, 'cause
Everybody
you like
likes
98 better
90,
than
98 to everybody is everybody's favorite King of Fighters.
Yeah, I like 96. That's my game. That's my game.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is the best one.
No. 1.
Okay, one on the Sega Saturn because it has what's his name?
No, there was
the
not one
Japanese comedian.
You're thinking of Marvel vs.
No,
Super
X-Men
Hero
versus
Street Fighter, and
Yes.
it had Dan. What's his name? Damaru.
Yeah, he was a Japanese comedian.
Yeah, that
And
comedian.
it had Metal Goki,
And Metal Googie. Yeah.
Metal Zangief.
So
Oh,
listen,
those were the days.
hold on. Full screen me. Listen. We can
Okay.
talk.
What are you showing?
Emulation. I'm not a fan of emulation, but if you want
Ooh, on that topic?
shut up, authentic arcade games at home, you need to buy the Mr. FPGA. And if you do that, you can get CPS 1 and CPS 2 hardware emulation. And you can get
It will do
perfect
CPS 2?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. CPS 2. And you get perfect version of Marvel vs. Capcom, in Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. But
And
Marvel versus Capcom
Warzard.
is absolutely perfect. Every frame, every sound, it's the thing to get. But it's a little expensive. I think it's $230. It's a little expensive. But it's not software emulation. It's hardware emulation. And you'll never play a better representation of Marvel versus Capcom.
Am I still on full screen? Why did I have to put you on full
All right,
screen?
switch away.
I was like, what? Rastan is the best arcade game.
Ross,
That the music to Rastan, like when I was a kid, oh my god, I would love to own that arcade machine.
oh yeah. And I actually have a legitimate Marvel vs. Capcom CPS2 thing right over there. I do. But the Mr. FPGA is exactly like I plugged my actual CPS2 Marvel vs. Capcom, and I plugged in my Mr. and have the two of them play at the same time, and they're frame for frame perfect. So if you don't want to get actual real hardware, Mr. FPGA is the closest approximation to it.
Rob, did your ROMs? If you bought ROM, I think he's saying if you bought ROMs, you would have had a finished basement. This is true.
Dude, again, it's materials. Like wood is expensive.
You know these things are just going to keep going up in price. I mean, you can keep coming up with excuses what you want to. Instead of going to Japan, you could finish your basement. I remember my wife telling me that.
The wife and I legit were like, you want to go to Japan or you want to finish the basement? Because like 2024 is like, we got to do new things, right? New things. Like, let's finish the basement. Like, I really want to go back to Japan. We were supposed to go to Japan last year. The plan was go to Japan in 2022. Finish the basement in 2024. That was supposed to happen. But you people wouldn't put on masks, wouldn't use hand sanitizer, so COVID was everywhere. We couldn't go back to Japan. So now my plans are delayed. So we're going to go to Japan this year and maybe try and finish the basement later on this year. Because I really want one of the HS5s, like Street Fighter cabinets. I want a candy cab, put everything downstairs, make it look real nice. James Abel says, how long will you both of you be in Japan for? We'll be in Japan for 3 to 4 weeks. It'll be a while.
3 or 4 weeks? How much vacation time do you people have? The hell's that?
I don't give a fudge. I'm out.
I will be there just for 2 weeks because I cannot take off longer than that the whole year.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
That's all I can
it's
take.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
I'm my own boss, and
Okinawa, Kyoto, Tokyo. Yeah.
You going to Okinawa? That's one place we haven't been. I thought about going there.
So as you know, specifically Omar, I've been to Japan like many, many times, like 10. I think we're at 10 times, but we've never been to Okinawa. So we want to spend some time down there.
What I know about Okinawa is that's where Miyagi-Do karate comes from.
I thought we were just going to fish and eat food.
That's where the drum move comes from in Karate Kid 2.
Exactly right. And we've been to Kyoto a few times, and we obviously been to Tokyo every single time. So I think we're going to go start in Okinawa.
Yeah, Tokyo, Omar, what brings you to Japan again? Oh, man. It's just... Well, what cities are we going to? Well, my wife will definitely want to go back to Kyoto and Nara, which is like her favorite places in the world. It's beautiful. It's beautiful and a little bit quieter. This time around, we've been to a lot of places in the north. We want to go a little bit south.
Yeah,
that's
us too. Exactly. Yeah.
But it all depends on what Tina and Heather and my brothers want to do because they're all going with us, or we're going with them rather. So yeah. Omar going on vacation for 2 weeks equals 14 days of Hidden Gems videos. Oh my god!
You better have that content lined up on me.
Yeah, look, Kane. I'll be honest with you. Rob knows this. I think I've shared this before. We were supposed to go to Japan in 2015 with the girls. 2015.
Yep.
But life happens, right? We were supposed to buy a house in The plan was to buy a house in 2014. Yeah. And we finally bought one in 2022. Life happens. But it's worth it once you save that money, set that money aside. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Omar,
you're absolutely right. Take care of the house first before you go and travel. But I'm a firm believer of going to do travel and experiences rather than like stuff. And like every year, my mom's like, "What do you want for Christmas?" Cash, because I can take that cash, put it to the Japan fund, right?
Cash. How about
Actually,
some wood?
Japan
You
Village-
know what you should have told your mom. How about some wood so I can finish my basement? Just buy me wood every year for the next 10 years.
That's true. Daggone wood has gone up. No phrasing. Phrasing, that's a thing. Yeah.
Omar can do near mint condition year 1 videos, and the world of 2024 can discover what kind of pickle it really. The pickle. I think yeah, I'll probably have to shoot some videos ahead of time. But this time around, I'll probably take my laptop and actually do the live streams from there. Just different times. They're 13 hours ahead, so I may have to start them a little earlier.
We are 14 hours ahead because of daylight standard time.
What do you mean we are? No, we're not. We're 14
Yeah, we
hours
are.
behind.
Yeah. 14, not 13. 14.
They're 14 hours ahead.
Yeah. They're 14 hours ahead of us.
Okay. I moved in here thinking it would be cheaper option, then got fired and kind of stuck here. Life happens, man. It's happened to all of us. I got family in Southeast Asia, but I've not been back in many years. The length of flight. I remember Melanie was like, I'm never flying coach again. I'm flying first class. I'm like, do you know how much a first class ticket is to Japan?
First class ticket is $10,000. That's for one person, and there's like 5 of us. So
I am not flying first class today. I'm like, you might take
what
a
you do.
loan out
Give them
if you
2
want to.
DSs, give them tablets, and you sit there. You just
It will
deal.
be. This is now the longest stream.
Oh, we did it! We did it! Ah!
Andrew left. Tina left. When
Yeah,
Rob is
I
going to
gotta leave
take over you want to take over the Saturday stream while I'm gone and get me canceled?
You know how offensive I would be to your audience. They were like, "This dude says the N-word all the time, nerd." This dude doesn't really talk about video games. Yeah, you be canceled. You come back and be like,
I'm
"Well,
gonna be so canceled. I don't need that.
33% of your people have left." Like,
I don't need
sorry.
that nonsense in my life. I don't need that nonsense in my life.
All right,
I do have to get
go.
going though. No,
You have to
Rob,
go.
it was my turn. I do have to get going because I got to go and finish editing a video and finish reading before my night. And my kids are home tomorrow, so that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. My kids are gonna be home too, so like I can stay up a little bit.
And
That's why I can do.
Actually,
before
no, the
baby.
kids are actually have a snow day tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll probably we'll read Martin Luther King Jr. speech, learn
Are you-
something about America.
Are you doing any cons this year?
There's a couple horror conventions that we're going to go to promote the game.
Yeah, take me with you. I could get a press
We'll
pass.
probably, obviously, we'll do the March, Comic-Con in Lexington. We'll do that. So yeah, we should do something together. Let's make a thing.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Because I can get a press pass to those, and I'm going to C2E2 in March. That's in Chicago.
Okay, where's that? Okay, Chicago.
Yeah,
Let's see if we work something out because I know
Maddie's
Jared
going
who
as
runs the
Melanie.
Lexington one, so we'll come up with something there. But I'm not opposed to going to Chicago. It's fine. It's all good.
Thank you for that, Hayden. Omar, have faith in yourself. You can get canceled.
That's true. Just be
People-
yourself.
People
You
have
can do it.
tried. Oh my god, dude! When Rob and I get together, it is so awful.
This is really bad because, real talk, it's 11:04. You and I could talk for another 2 hours. We could do that.
Oh yeah, I love Rob. Like Rob and I are so close, and the thing is we're so offensive. Like I remember when Maddie first got around Rob and I, she'd been around me, and she knows how offensive I get. But when Rob and I get together, it's awful.
She was like, I'm offended by the thing you said. I need to assert myself. I'm like, listen, let the
Yeah.
black dude.
Dude, and you get
And
Tina,
Hispanic
you
people
talk,
back.
you get Tina drunk. She gets all kinds of
And then
racist.
drunk Tina, who's so racist. I love it. I love
C2E2 isn't the bastard offspring of R2D2, is it? No, it's his grandfather. I got my anime NYC ticket yesterday. That's in August.
Hey,
this year.
great. Yeah. Way to go, Kane. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Nice.
I met Kane at New York Comic Con last year. She's a sweetheart.
Nice.
What are the guests for C2E2? I haven't even looked. I'll be honest with you, William. The main reason I'm going is because Lars wants to go, and I haven't physically met Lars. He's been on my show for 3-4 years now. Oddfell's gonna go, and Maddie's gonna go, and then Melanie's gonna go. So
You gotta go.
We'll make a party of it, no matter who goes. So I don't even know who's going. Honestly, what kind of creators are going? I'm just kind of going there to see some friends that I've worked on the channel with. Like I met Oddfell of all places at we've been to 2 Transformers conventions. That was a lot of fun. Because I didn't have to film anything. Those are the best kind of cons.
That's nice. That's nice. Yeah.
How did I meet Lars? Oh, dude, it's hilarious. I need to tell that story when he's on the stream. He used to work at Wizard Magazine, and he wrote a tweet No, he wrote an email through his friend who has a Twitter account because Lars doesn't do social media.
Yeah.
And if you've heard Lars talk, he's a very smart man. And he just went on this whole spiel about how he loves my channel and he thinks he would make a nice addition to it on these streams. And he's like, if anything I can help, if I can be at any help, let me know. And
That's really cool.
gave me his credentials. I was like, I don't know this fool. So I emailed his friend who's a lady, and I was like, this is the weirdest way to get a hold of me, but thank you so much. Tell him to shoot me an email. And then we met like one-on-one. I was like, you want to be on a show? And he was like, oh yes, I'd be happy to. I love your little program. Your
little program.
What a jackass. No, and that's kind of how we met. He reached out to me that way. And I'm so glad he did, because he's a lot of fun. He brings in that 90s era of comics, and he's just a really smart dude too.
He seems very sincere. He seems very sincere.
Pretty sure they met on Christian's Mingle. What is that? Plenty of Fish?
What are you trying to say?
Plenty of Fish. Come on, Sean. It looks like you're not on it. Okay, everybody, thank you so much. I can't believe I'm here signing out. Again, don't you people get tired of hearing me? Rob, sign us out.
Listen. Thank you so much for joining us for Near Mint Collective. Remember, gamers who play together stay together. So love one another. Keep gaming. Keep reading. Love the things that you do, and be a good person. All right, we'll see you later. Next time, we'll see you in 3 weeks, right? 3 or 4 weeks. 3 weeks. All right, have a good one. Peace. Cheers. Bye.
Everybody. Who's smarter, Lars or Peter? I am.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.